It's time for the Tennessee Highway Safety Office High School Football Game of the Week. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you that fans don't let fans drive drunk. The Game of the Week is also brought to you in part by Delta Dental of Tennessee and Main Street Media. Now, let's go to the field and join our play-by-play hosts live from the game.
Hello and welcome to Clarksville. My name's Casey Patrick. I'm here with Calvin White. We've got a fun matchup for you tonight. The Clarksville Wildcats are hosting Shelbyville Central. Clarksville coming into the game 5-2, a perfect 4-0 in the region, up against Shelbyville Central at 3-3. They're 3-1. It's another beautiful night. I've been talking about it all year long, but the weather is great. And I'm here with Calvin. Calvin, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. It's good to be back at Hilda J. Richardson Field. This is only the second time Clarksville's played here in the last month, so I know they're glad to be back here as well. And like you said, we've got perfect football weather tonight, and this is going to be a really good test for our Clarksville team that's really rattled off a nice little winning streak after dropping the first two games of the year.
Yeah, and I know all year long like I said, we've had some really good weather, but this is the first time it starts to get a little bit chilly out there. I know the players are probably looking forward to that, don't you think?
Yeah, this is, like you mentioned, this is the first little taste of what playoff weather might feel like. It's not 95 degrees at kickoff anymore, and this is wear a jacket in the morning and regret it in the afternoon type of weather. And once it gets closer to kickoff time, it's a little cooler. So we're feeling good, so I know they're feeling good.
Yep, and I'm glad you brought up that playoff weather idea, because this is a matchup where these two teams could see each other in the future, right?
Yeah, the way it's setting up right now, Clarksville and Antioch next week is going to be the de facto region championship game, and I believe Region 7 5A, and Shelbyville obviously in the playoff bracket or in the playoff region that Clarksville could potentially see in the postseason. Right now, Ravenwood and Brentwood are really just kind of rolling through everybody over in that other region. So if things work out right, this could be a matchup that we see early on in the postseason.
Well, we've got the matchup tonight, folks, and like we said, the weather's perfect. Got a fairly decent crowd out here on Clarksville side. The folks at Shelbyville Central are loading into their seats as we speak. We've got a lot of folks out here on the field already. It looks like they may be getting ready to do the national anthem in just a moment, but we're not going to go anywhere just yet. Calvin, I did want to ask you this. I know we talked about it a little bit, but Clarksville this week, and what do they have coming up in the future as far as a few games coming up for them?
Yeah, so like I mentioned a second ago, next week they will play Antioch at home. Antioch is the only other undefeated team in the region with Clarksville, so that's going to be the de facto region championship game. But I believe the math has worked out already to this point where Clarksville is it does depend on what Rossview does, but just looking at the optics of things, Clarksville is almost guaranteed to lock up a home playoff game, whether they win or lose to Antioch next week. So they've got Antioch next week, and then they'll close the season out with Cane Ridge at home. They should beat Cane Ridge, and so at worst, Clarksville's going to finish with one loss in the region to potentially host a playoff game in the first round.
All righty. Well, you heard it from Calvin there. We're going to go to our first break real quick. Y'all make sure you don't go anywhere. We've got football coming up in just about 10 minutes, folks.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
I'm sorry, excuse me. We're going to go to another break real quick while they do the national anthem. If y'all will, just hang out with us for another few minutes, and we'll be right back.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
What are you doing out there?
Come on!
I saw you at the game the other night. Yeah, you. Up there getting mad, acting like we're all out there making $1 million a game. Well, let me be real with you. This isn't the pros. It's school sports, and it's a game, our game. So please, let us play.
School sports fans, remember, when you cheer for your team, make noise for the right reasons. This message presented by the NFHS and the NIAAA.
And all student athletes in Tennessee.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing Weather Report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
It's on Max Preps. I had to print it off there.
You are listening to the Main Street Preps Game of the Week, brought to you all season long by our friends at the Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental of Tennessee. Sorry about that last time out, folks. We went a little too early. We are, I believe, currently waiting for the flags to make their way off the field. Just had the national anthem. Looks like they might be playing something else. I'm not going to talk too much. I want to hear what they got. Is this the alma mater, Calvin?
I believe so.
Okay. A little pregame alma mater. And again, folks, we're out here at Clarksville at Hilda J. Richardson Field. And Calvin was telling me earlier this is the only field in Clarksville that has a name for their field. That's all right. Now, Calvin, I know we talked only about football so far, but we've got all kinds of other stuff going on. What have you been going through this week so far in Clarksville as far as some other sports and what's happening?
Yeah, so the district soccer tournament started this past Monday over here in Clarksville. Kirkwood upset three-time defending district champion Rossview in the semifinals before they fell to Clarksville last night 2-1. It was Clarksville's first district title since 2021. Before Rossview began their run of 3 straight, Clarksville had won 10 consecutive district titles. So Clarksville won their first district title since 2021 last night in girls soccer. Clarksville volleyball won their 8th consecutive district title last night. They beat Kirkwood in straight sets 3-0. We talked about it a little bit earlier before we got on the air. Northwest is playing Dixon County tonight in the district volleyball championship. I can't recall the last time Northwest won a district volleyball championship. But over in your area, we were talking about Dixon County and Henry County are going to play in the district championship game in that soccer region or that soccer district to figure out who goes where to play Clarksville and Kirkwood. So Clarksville taking home district soccer and volleyball championships, and Kirkwood soccer and a couple of the other volleyball teams still playing.
So we got plenty of stuff going on out here in Clarksville. Of course, I do back in Dixon as well. But let's see. The other thing I wanted to bring up, too, we've got another game going on out here just down the road. Kirkwood is hosting Creekwood, another team that we both cover. I cover Creekwood, and he covers Kirkwood. So, I mean, that game, I tried to do a little prediction for it, but I feel like Creekwood, they got a pretty tough hill to climb as far as that game goes. Kirkwood's been really good this year, haven't they?
Yeah, their quarterback, Miles Redding, he's probably the best quarterback in the county. He was a Class 6A Mr. Football semifinalist last year. Their running back, Josiah Claybrooks, rushed for over 1,400 yards last year. He was, he's probably, I'd say, pretty safely a top 3 running back in the county. They've got Kamari Blair playing both ways on the offensive and defensive line. He's going to play offensive line at the University of Tennessee next year. Their defense is really good, and they've pretty much dominated both sides of the ball all year against every opponent not named East Robertson. That's the only game they lost all year, and they lost it in literally the last seconds of the game. East Robertson scored the final 5-6 seconds of the game to beat the Cobras by 4. And, East Robertson's a team that's probably going to go deep in the Class 2A playoffs this year. But outside of that, Kirkwood they've looked the part.
Well, we've got it looks like the coin toss coming up pretty soon here. Clarksville decked out in the all yellow with the white helmets. Or is that gold? Would you consider that gold, Calvin?
I think I'd consider that yellow.
Yellow, okay. So Clarksville's got all yellow, Shelbyville Central in all white they look like they have gold helmets on. So, yep, we've got officials running out, white hats running out to the middle of the field right now. Got a few photographers, got 3 or 4 of them, maybe a 5th one I don't see out there, 5 or 6 of them.
For our Clarksville folks, your captains are going to be Dawson Smith, quarterback Caden Pledger. Let me look down my roster here. It's number 62, Janerio Harding, and number 13, Colby Rotel.
That's just a little bit different than a few of the captains that we've got here as far as team captains voted on the team here, on the roster. But they're doing the captains meeting right now.
For Shelbyville, or number 50, Tannen Turrentine. Number 8,
We're gonna stay here for the coin toss, figure out who's getting the ball first, and then I'm gonna push us to a break real quick. But y'all hang out just a minute.
Number 12, Dawson Smith. Number 13, Colby Rotel, and number 62, Denario Harding.
White hat, showing off the coin to each side. Flips it, and it looks as though Shelbyville Central has won the toss, and they have decided to receive. We've got just a few minutes until kickoff, folks, so y'all make sure and don't go anywhere. We're going to go to a quick break. We're going to be right back.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Welcome back. My name's Casey Patrick. I'm with Calvin White. Tonight we've got some football at Clarksville. We've done all the pregame talking. The scoreboard was stopped at 17 seconds, but the players are on the sidelines. The cheerleaders have made their way off the field. The band is making their way off the field. The referees are making their way to their spot, and we are just about ready to get started. Calvin, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm excited. This should be a pretty good game.
Well, and just, from my perspective, now, folks, if you've been following along with us all year long, Wade Neely has been the main guy here. And, of course, we got Mark Rogers back in the studio that's producing everything. Wade Neely's been the main man here, and I've been kind of backup. But today, y'all are going to have to deal with me taking the lead, and we've got Calvin. Thank you very much, Calvin, for showing up, and he's going to give us a lot of insight on both of these teams tonight, especially this Clarksville team that you've had the chance to cover all year long.
Yeah, they started 0-2, but they've rattled off 5 straight wins, and they've alongside Antioch, they've dominated this region. Like we mentioned, this could be a potential postseason matchup that we see early on. So this should be a good test for where Clarksville's at right now.
Well, I am excited as well to see exactly what they're made of. Of course, this is the first time this year I've got to see Clarksville. I usually get to see them maybe once a year. But we've got the ball lined up. Max Cunningham, it looks like, is ready for the kickoff. Shelbyville Central is ready to receive. It's going to be a short kick. It's bobbled. It's loose. Oh, they come up. Shelbyville Central was able to recover that ball, but that was really, really close. Clarksville had looked like 2 or 3 guys around it, but Shelbyville Central was able to recover at about the 31-yard line.
Yeah, that ball took a really weird bounce, and it looked like it just, scraped off the guy's fingertips, and Clarksville almost jumped on it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. I believe it was Xavier Jordan there with the I'm going to call it a recovery for Shelbyville Central, being able to keep the ball. But here they go. They've got the offense out on the field. They're in shotgun. Running back to the left of the quarterback. 3 to the left, one receiver to the right. They're going from the left to the right. Clarksville's on the bottom, and Shelbyville Central's on the top of the field. Going to be a handoff to the right. Finds a hole. It's going to give him about 5 yards up to the 36-yard line. Going to bring up y'all just heard, that was Robert Bailey right there, senior running back for Shelbyville Central. It's going to be 2nd and 5. It does look more like 2nd and 4 out there on the field. Going to be in shotgun again. Now you got a tight end. Man slips in motion. Quarterback goes to the left. Left-handed quarterback fires. And incomplete. Looked like the receiver came up with it, but the ball was just a little bit short.
That was almost a really nice catch. Looked like he was on the far side of the field away from us. It looked like he had a chance to maybe get his hands up under that ball and make a really nice catch out there on the sideline.
Yeah, I thought so too. Stephen Bobo, the quarterback, just sort of rolled out to his left and fired one, and it looked like a decent pass, but unable to bring it in. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5, an early 3rd down here in this game. This could be a big one. We're going to get some time added to the play clock. Folks, we got train horns on DeWalt power batteries out here. This it could get loud. Another man in motion. Bobo's going to take the snap, run to the left. He's going to be close, but I don't believe he has the 1st down. They might give it to him. He may have it.
They gave it to him.
Oh, they did give it to him. I thought he was just a hair short, but he takes the 1st down, and Shelbyville Central will continue the drive.
Bobo really just kind of took off, and once he got 2 or 3 yards, he just kind of put his head down and just bulldoze his way to those last couple to pick up the 1st down.
Well, sometimes that's what football's about. You just got to put your head down and go get some yards. Bobo back in quarterback. He's got a man to his left. Looks like Bailey. Man in tight end. 3 receivers to his left. Takes a snap. Play action. Fires across the middle of the field. Ooh, through the hands of number 6, Xavier Jordan. That was the man that recovered the opening kickoff. Bobo fired that pass.
Yeah, it looked like he put a little too much zip on that pass for anybody in the area to catch it.
For you Tennessee fans, that looked like a Joe Milton pass. It was the defense wasn't going to catch it either. That was a quick one. Bobo showing off the arm strength here early. He's going to line back up at quarterback. They got another tight end to the left, 2 receivers to the left. Ooh, looks like number 55 for Clarksville jumps. It's going to look like Brody Rollins jump for Clarksville, and that's going to be a free 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't do if you're Clarksville. We talked about potentially getting off the field early on that first drive. You can't, shoot yourself in the foot against an opponent like this.
No, you really can't. Tight end going in motion to the right. Bobo back at quarterback. Takes it again. Hands off to Bailey. He doesn't have much room. He made what he could out of it. He might have got a yard out of that.
That's one thing Clarksville's done really good all year. They've just been dominant on defense. That they know that if they can score, at least a decent amount of points, the defense is going to do enough just about every night to keep them in games.
Well, their defense has been like that consistently for quite a few years now with Coach Shelby. I mean, that's a mindset, isn't it?
Yeah, their defense has been really dominant. They've had the same defensive coordinator in Taylor Stanley for a really long time. They've just been dominant on that side of the ball.
Bobo back in at quarterback. He's got one tight end to the right, one tight end to the left, two receivers. He's going to hand off to Bailey again. Bailey doesn't have much of anywhere to go, but it looks like he will get another yard or two out of this. It's going to bring up 4th and maybe 2 yards.
Another host of Wildcat tacklers, in there just flying to the ball, and Bailey kind of fell forward for a couple yards there at the end. Looks like Shelby was bringing out the punt team.
I don't know if you can blame them either. I mean, just the way Clarksville playing defense up there, up front here to start the game, it kind of shows you Shelbyville Central is not going to have an easy time moving the ball down the field. So punting here may be the right decision.
Yeah, Clarksville's got some experienced defensive linemen. That linebacking core is really good, led by Avari Galbraith.
Ooh, they almost jumped off.
They might get there.
It looks like it was tipped. Josh Anderson was back to receive it. It's going to give Shelbyville Central a great bounce down to about the 17-yard line, 17 or 18-yard line, excuse me.
Look like
9:05 on the clock. Sorry about that, Calvin. Go ahead.
You're good. Looked like Max Cunningham got his fingertips on that ball to, just deflect it a little bit and take some hang time off that ball. But just Clarksville, literally a fingertip away from making a big play on special teams early.
Team captain Caden Pledger is going to come out at quarterback. Calvin, what can we expect from Caden and the rest of this offense here?
Yeah, Caden's he throws a really good ball. He's mobile as well, so when the play breaks down, he can make a play with his legs. Avari Galbraith has been really good in the backfield all night. Expect Clarksville to rotate ball carriers.
Caden takes the snap. He hands it off. Shifty move there from the running back. He's going to get close to a first down here on that first carry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. As soon as I bring up his name, he makes a big play. Avari Galbraith, he's top 5 in Montgomery County in rushing. He also leads that linebacking core, like I just mentioned for Clarksville. He's going to be a really dominant ball carrier along with Bryson Ellington for the Wildcats tonight.
Pledger's going to line up here. It looks like a pistol formation, 2 tight ends and a running back. He's going to hand off to Anderson around the right. Little move here. Makes the guy miss. And gets his pads going forward for a few yards there at the end. He's going to bring up a short second down. Looks like he got about 7 yards on that one, maybe 8.
Yeah, and this Clarksville offensive line, they've got some experience on that offensive line. They've, really helped pave the way for Galbraith and Ellington and even Caden Pledger at times to make some plays on the ground with their legs.
Looks like the same kind of setup here. Wide receiver's been brought in closer to the line. Pledger takes a snap, hands it off. That's Galbraith with a really nice move there to get Clarksville a first down up to the 40-yard line. Going to bring up a 1st and 10. Clarksville is at their own 40-yard line.
Galbraith coming off now. Bryson Ellington in at running back for Clarksville.
Now, Ellington, he's from here now. I may be wrong here, but from here, it looks like he's a little bit bigger of a body, maybe more of a contact back.
Yeah, he's a very large individual.
He looks like
it. But, him and Galbraith both run behind the pads, and, they fall forward anytime they can get a chance.
And he will take the handoff. He's going to get maybe 2 or 3. Not much there. Good defense from Shelbyville Central.
2nd and 7.
Ellington, Ellington there on the carry for maybe 2.5 yards. Again, Clarksville lining up in this pistol formation, 2 tight end set, 2 receivers at the bottom. They fake the end around, and it looks like Ellington wasn't going to get very much there, maybe a half a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
I think that's the first play Clarksville's had that hasn't gone for at least 3 or 4 yards.
You're absolutely correct on that one. Ellington kind of got stopped up there. They faked the end around. It looked like he had a chance to get open over there, but Pledger's going to line back up at quarterback, same formation. Receivers a little bit further away. Ellington still at running back. Pledger takes the snap, hands the Shelbyville Central with a really great tackle. They caught him on the end around there. It looked like Josh Anderson. I may be wrong. I believe that was Josh Anderson that took the end around there. He only got a yard, going to bring up 4th and probably about 6 here. It looks like the punt team's coming out for Clarksville. So we may have ourselves a defensive battle here tonight, Calvin.
Yeah, Shelbyville didn't really fall for any trickery that Clarksville tried to pull out those last 2 plays. And, their defense is getting off the field and giving their offense another chance to strike first.
Shelbyville Central has Josiah Taylor and Ladarius Sparrow back to return the punt. Taylor's only 20 yards behind the ball or so, and Sparrow's much further back. Snap. Punt is off. It's a good punt. He calls for a fair catch. That's going to be inside the 10-yard line, about the 8-yard line. A fantastic punt there from number 48, Caleb Durnan. Caleb Durnan. Excellent punt from the junior there from Clarksville. We've got 5 minutes and 43 seconds left here on the clock in the first quarter as Shelbyville Central makes their way back out on the field.
A really good punt there to flip the field for Clarksville and kind of put Shelbyville at a disadvantage. Shelbyville's going to have to go a long way if they want to score first in this one.
When it looked like Shelbyville Central had quite a bit of trouble trying to move the ball to begin with, so it's not going to be easy from plus 90 yards here. Another man in motion. Bobo in shotgun. He takes the snap. Throws a hitch route. And number 6, Xavier Jordan, tries to break a tackle, but he does not. He's going to make it up to about the 25-yard line, about a gain of 6 or 7. Going to bring up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
Let's see, I believe that's still Bailey in at quarterback, running back. Bobo in still at quarterback. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. 5 offensive linemen, Bailey at running back. Another man in motion. Play action. Oh, no. He's going to give it to Bailey. And he's going to go nowhere. Clarksville's defense was on him there quick and pretty efficiently.
Yeah, Caden Farrow was really there to make first contact. Couldn't exactly bring him down, but he slowed him down just enough for a couple of his teammates to come in and help finish off the tackle.
I think there was a misread by Bobo. It looked like he probably should have just gave the ball to Bailey a little bit quicker than he did. He was trying to make something happen, but Shelbyville Central is going to line up with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, Bailey again, and Bobo at quarterback. He takes the snap. He keeps the ball. Bobo does. He's around the right side. He's to the 30, to the 35, and he's out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. A first down there from Bobo. Showed off some legs on that run.
Yeah, he had a gain for about 3 or 4 on that first drive, but really found a crease right there to pick up the first down for Shelbyville.
When that first gain on that first drive, that 3 or 4 yards he got, he put his shoulder down and got some tough yards. But right there, he showed off some quick moves. He's going to line back up at quarterback, a tight end to the right, one receiver to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Hands off to Bailey, and really just not a whole lot of space. I think Bailey's going to get maybe a yard or 2, but there's Clarksville saying they want the ball, but they come up with it, but I don't. That was Dawson Smith, team captain, that come up with the ball, but the referee is going to give Shelbyville Central the ball, 2-yard gain. Bobo back at quarterback again. Got a stack of receivers over at the top. Bailey still in at running back, only 2 yards on that last play. Clarksville's defense has been very tough. Looks like we've got a stoppage. Somebody's got to fix or come off the field. Oh. I'm not sure what the stoppage was for. I guess somebody had to fix their jersey real quick. Bobo takes the snap. Quarterback run to the left. He finds a few yards. He got him about 4 yards there.
They're going to make it fourth and about 4 or 5, I'd say, but third down. About 3rd and a long 2, so be big for Clarksville to get off the field here with the ball just in front of midfield.
Shelbyville Central's done a lot here just to get up to about the 46-yard line. Still scoreless, 3:11 left in the first quarter. Bailey takes the ball. He takes around left side, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Bailey still running. He cuts back across the middle of the field to the 40. on the other side. What a run from Bailey. He's going to get a first down there for Shelbyville Central. They're up to Clarksville's 39-yard line.
Yeah, he broke about 3 or 4 tackles over there on the sideline, and it looked like somebody had a hold of his ankle, and he was able to break free and cut it back toward the middle of the field before he was eventually brought down about Clarksville's 39-yard line.
I thought that was an excellent run from Bailey there, breaking some tackles and showing off some good movement for a bigger-bodied running back. Bobo back in at running back. They got quarterback, tight end to the left, one receiver to the left, stack of receivers to the right. Bobo takes a snap, and he'll keep the ball, and really not a whole lot of space, but he finds maybe a yard there. And Calvin, I know they've given up a few big plays on the ground, but this Clarksville defense, they've been really tough in between the tackles.
Yeah, they're really good up front with Hollywood Johnson and Denario Harding up front on that defensive line. That linebacking core is really good with Avari Galbraith and Max Cunningham and Dawson Smith and those guys back there.
I'm kind of anxious to see how Shelbyville Central does through the air tonight. I think they're going to have to push the ball to kind of open this defense up a little bit. But Bobo back in at quarterback, tight end to the right. Bailey still in at running back. Bobo takes a snap, and it will be a pass. He gets the screen over the middle. And that's going to be, he breaks 3 or 4 tackles. They're going to call it dead just before the first down. Going to bring up a third and very, very short screenplay there from Bobo to the tight end, Reed Dickens.
Yeah, Clarksville's defense almost got there before Bobo got that pass off, but he was able to get it out just in time, and Shelbyville's going to have third and about, a yard or less. And Clarksville's had Shelbyville on third down a couple times just on this drive. They got to find ways to get off the field.
Yeah, here with this short yardage situation, you probably think they're going to do it twice. Bailey takes a snap. He's not going to need to do it twice. He keeps rumbling down to about the 15-yard line. Bailey's been really effective here on this drive. That was about a 14-yard run there, and now the Golden Eagles are in the red zone.
Yeah, Clarksville stopped him for about a yard or two on a couple of handoffs, but Bailey's really been able to break some big ones here on this drive to move Shelbyville down the field.
He's been able to keep his legs churning. Bobo back in. Bobo's in at quarterback. Tight end in motion to the right. He's going to go all the way out to the bottom of the field. Bobo's going to keep the ball. He doesn't have much space. He's going to throw it now, and an incomplete pass, and flags are everywhere. There's probably a holding and a man downfield, but we're going to wait until the guys out there in the zebra shirts tell us what's going on.
Looks like it might be a block in the back.
Could be a block in the back, too. There's really no telling here.
There's a lot going on down there.
It is going to be a block in the back. Good call there, Calvin. A little DJ Unk for everybody. I don't know if y'all can hear that. A little bit of walk it out. We're going to walk out this penalty yardage. Going to go back 10 yards. Give us a 1st and 20 at about the 25. That's a big penalty here. Shelbyville Central had been moving down the field pretty easily, but it's going to move it back to 1st and 20. Tight end to the right, receiver to the right, stack of receivers to the left. Somebody complaining about the music out here. Bobo hit at quarterback. Bailey still at running back. Bailey's going to take the snap, and he breaks a tackle, but there's another Clarksville Wildcat there to bring him down. He might have got a yard or two on that. And the clock's running out quick on this first quarter.
Yeah, the Clarksville defense did a really good job of actually bringing Bailey down that time instead of letting him break a couple tackles. And, that penalty is really going to hurt Shelbyville if it ends up in 0 points for Shelbyville on this drive. Looks like they're going to let the first quarter clock wind out.
Yeah, we've got 10 seconds, and it's running click. Bobo has lined up. It looks like he's going to – is he acting like he's going to – they're going to try and get him to jump to get free yards here. They're not going to try and snap this ball, I don't believe. And that is the end of the first quarter. We're still scoreless. Shelbyville Central is driving down the field. They've got a 2nd and 19 coming up at the 24-yard line. We're going to take a quick break. Y'all make sure don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Main Street Preps Game of the Week, brought to you all season long by our friends at Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental of Tennessee. We are scoreless here at Clarksville. Shelbyville Central has the ball. Bobo takes the snap. He throws the pass back to Bailey. Oh, Bailey had it in his hands. And number 2, Josh Anderson came in flying from the safety position to knock that ball out and keep it at 3rd and long. Bailey had a first down there.
Yeah, Anderson's been really good in coverage all year. He had 2 interceptions when Clarksville lost to Springfield the second week of the year. He's been really good in coverage out there for them all season.
That's going to bring up 3rd and very long, 3rd and 19 to be exact. Shelbyville Central, the Golden Eagles are at Clarksville's 24-yard line. Bobo lines up. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. The one in the slot to his left goes in motion. Bobo moves to his right. He's going to throw again, and that ball almost made it to the parking lot outside. Incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 4th and very long.
Overthrows the receiver, but it looks like he put it right in the net of the soccer goal. So
he did. He put it right in the net of the soccer goal. You do not get a point for that here, though, in football.
On another day, that would have been a goal.
I believe Shelbyville Central is going to line up for a field goal here. It's going to be about a 40-yard field goal. Jackson Thiem has lined up to kick it. He was one of the team captains. Got another flag.
Clarksville jumped.
Oh, they did. They did. Good eye there, Calvin.
Offside.
It's only going to make it 5 yards shorter, but in high school, I mean, you'll take every yard you can get for these field goals.
Yeah, it's going to make this attempt a lot more manageable for Shelbyville. And if this one ends up splitting the uprights, you got to think, what could have been if you're Clarksville.
Oh, and if it's really close, too, Coach Shelby may not be happy with that mental error. Snap, set,
they got there.
Blocked.
They blocked it.
Ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by Galbraith. He is to the left. He's got Thiem on his way. He's past Thiem. I don't know if anybody's going to catch him. Galbraith is going to scamper into the end zone. The Wildcats take the lead on a blocked punt 30 seconds into the second quarter. Calvin, you said before we started the show tonight, he's been a playmaker all night long, or all year long, and he does it again right there. Huge play for Clarksville. They go up 6-0.
Yeah, we mentioned him. I told you before we started our broadcast that we were going to be saying his name a lot tonight. Now, in the backfield at linebacker, and now he makes his first big play of the night on special teams. He didn't block the field goal, but he was the one that scooped it up and took it to the house to put Clarksville on the board.
And I got so excited when he picked it up, I don't even notice who did block it, but there were quite a few different Wildcats that ran in through there and were able to get to it. We're going to have a penalty after the play. Oh, they're going to call that whole thing back? Oh, they called blocking in the back. They just called blocking in the back, brought the whole thing back. We're still scoreless, but Clarksville will take over at their own 49-yard line. What a turn of events. I really thought Galbraith had gave us our first score of the game there, but it is still 0-0. Caden Pledger's going to come back out with the offense.
Yeah, we were talking about what could have been on that field goal attempt. If Clarksville comes up scoreless this drive with no points, then they're really going to be kicking themselves.
Clarksville, Pledger takes a snap, hands it off to Ellington. He doesn't have much space. He might get a yard here to the right. Man, that's a huge momentum swing. If for both teams. I really felt again, like I was surprised they called the flag. I never saw the flag out on the field, and Galbraith was gone. Great play by him. But either way, no score. Clarksville, we're still scoreless, 0-0. Clarksville has the ball at their own, or at midfield at the 50-yard line. Pledger in at quarterback, Ellington still at running back. A few up backs and looks like a tight end and one receiver on the left side. Hands it off to, Ellington finds him a big hole. He's going to get about 6 or 7 up the middle.
5 or 6. Like we'll have 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 coming up. 10 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock. Still scoreless, like I said. Clarksville had a touchdown just taken away from them. Galbraith blazing speed down the sideline after a blocked field goal, but all for naught. Pledger back at quarterback. They've got 3 upmen now. Ellington, that's Anderson at running back. Hands it off to the left. He's got a hole. He's got the first down. He's out of bounds at around the 30-yard line, maybe.
Not before he gets a first down. Clarksville, first down.
And now, Calvin, that was Anderson, and Galbraith is making his way back out on the field. Ellington's going to come off. They've got all kinds of different folks they can hand the ball off to, don't they?
Yeah, like I mentioned, Galbraith and Ellington are really their main ball carriers, but they really like to use guys like Josh Anderson and Jamarcus Watkins sometimes in the backfield just to, bring a different speed aspect, to that run game. And you saw it there with Anderson finding a crease around the edge to pick up a big gain for Clarksville.
Ball down to the 32-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 here for Clarksville. Hands it off to Galbraith. He slowly waits for his blocks to make some room, but he's going to get 7 yards there and give him stay ahead of the chains. Going to bring up 2nd and, they said 3. I thought it was more like 4. Either way, we're close. And Galbraith is going to stay in at running back. They've been doing a pretty good job of rotating all the guys they got, but Galbraith is going to stay in there. Pledger, of course, still at running back. Pledger telling Anderson what's kind of going on. Anderson on the left side. Pledger takes a snap. And Galbraith had nowhere to go. The Shelbyville defense was back there quick. You're gonna hear some folks in the crowd not happy about the extracurricular play there, but that was just Jackson Them on Shelbyville Central trying to knock the ball loose. It did look like he was kind of swinging at him, but he's just trying to play football there. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, he was just kind of, winding up, trying to knock that ball loose while trying to get Galbraith to the ground.
3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 coming up. Oh, Anderson went in motion, and that forced the whole Shelbyville defensive line to shift. I believe Clarksville's going to get themselves a first down here for free, and they will. It's going to move down to about the 20-yard line. That is going to be a first down for Clarksville. We're at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Still scoreless, 8 minutes and about 30 seconds to go. Pledger hands off to Galbraith. He makes something out of nothing, really. Not a whole lot of room there. There is a little bit of laundry on the field. Galbraith gets up to about an 8 or 9 yard gain, and that was mostly on him. I'm afraid it may be coming back here, though.
Yeah, this might be a flag here for pushing the pile. That's not – I heard a referee tell a player one time a couple weeks ago they can't push the pile and that they had been watching too much NFL football.
Aiding the runner. Aiding the runner is what it's called. I've had them explain it to me as well.
Assisting the runner is a 5-yard penalty.
Assisting the runner. No, you cannot do that in high school. I heard somebody out here ask it. You cannot do that anymore in high school. That's going to make it 2nd and looks like about 9. 2nd and 8. Pledger takes the snap. No, he doesn't. Referee stops the game real quick. They set the ball down and then walked off. Pledger snapped the ball, and then now Pledger shows a little bit of displeasure with the referee because they stopped him from running his play. Phillies won, Dodgers won at the end of 7 innings. Thank you, PA announcer. I'm kind of rooting for both teams to lose. Don't know how that's going to work. Pledger still at quarterback. He's going to hand off to Ellington and just nowhere to go. Shelbyville Central Golden Eagles defense, they will stop him for a loss of 1. This is going to go back to the 21-yard line.
Bryson, Ellington up the middle.
Yeah, Clarksville really not able to find much running room over the last couple of plays after they drove it down the field pretty easily after getting good starting field position after that penalty.
Well, you get these really quick games with these running defensive battles here. Pledger at quarterback, Ellington at running back. They tried to put Anderson in motion again to see if they could get a free 5 yards, but it's not going to work. And Coach Shelby takes a timeout. 3rd and 10 coming up at about the 20-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Still scoreless, 0-0. We're not going to go anywhere, folks. If I was a little bit more confident in my commercial hitting button abilities, then we might do that. But we're just going to hang out here for just a second. And again, folks, you are listening to the Main Street Preps Game of the Week, brought to you all season long by our friends at Tennessee Highway Safety and Delta Dental of Tennessee. My name's Casey Patrick. I'm here with Calvin. Calvin, so far we've had a very, I would say, a defensive battle that's been marred just a little bit by a few mistakes. The block in the back on the blocked field goal, teams jumping off sides on 3rd down. Just a few differences between them, really.
Yeah, and this Clarksville sometimes gets games like this just because of the nature of how they play, and sometimes they're able to just dominate people on offense and run it through their face for most of the night. But Clarksville is always really dominant on defense. That's what they hang their hat on. We're about midway through the second quarter and still tied at 0, and it looks like we're going to have a defensive battle on our hands, like you said, tonight.
Well, Clarksville has a pretty good kicker in Owen Richards. Now, we're here about the 20-yard line. This would be about a 37-yard field goal if they were to, about a 37-yard field goal if they tried it from here. I don't know if Richards has got that kind of leg, but we're going to see. Pledger back in at quarterback. Anderson at running back. He's going to take a play action. He's got a man wide open in the corner of the end zone. Anderson, over his back shoulder. It's an incomplete pass. We do have a flag up on the Shelbyville Central sideline, and it was thrown almost immediately. I'm not real sure what that was. A great throw from Pledger. I thought Anderson had a chance to bring that, or not Anderson, excuse me. Trying to figure out. I'm getting my numbers backwards. I think the play action was to Galbraith possibly, and the throw was to Anderson. I'll get it right here in a minute, folks. As soon as the referees tell me what's going on, I'll tell y'all. Talking to Golden Eagles head coach right now. You have any clue what this is out there, Calvin?
I don't have any clue. I was kind of watching Pledger and what he was doing, and Clarksville trying to pick up this first down. They took a shot at the end zone, and looks like Shelbyville's head coach is getting a little sassy with the refs over there.
We love a sassy coach, especially on a Thursday night. I'm all here for it. That was a great throw by Pledger. I thought Anderson had a chance to bring that one in the corner of the end zone. He had a few steps of separation. He had ran through 2 Shelbyville Central defenders and had an opportunity to bring that one in. But just a little bit over his back shoulder, going for the Willie Mays style catch. It was extremely difficult. White hat starting to back up a little bit from the coach. Shelbyville Central coach is not happy about whatever it is that they're about to tell us. And now this referee has to tell this referee, and now he's going to come out here and make a bunch of hand signals. False start on the offense. Or
looks like Shelbyville's backing up.
And then a dead ball penalty. Oh, that's why Shelbyville Central was upset. Going to have an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Against the Wildcats goes back 5 yards, and then a personal foul.
It's going to make this 3rd and very manageable. About 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3 coming up here.
That's actually half the distance to the goal penalty, so that'll bring up 3rd and about 2.
Wow, that's a huge swing right there. Pledger back in. Well, Pledger in at quarterback. Galbraith back in at running back. Pledger in at the shotgun. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Galbraith. Breaks 2 or 3 tackles. He didn't get much, but I believe he got enough for the first down. He's down to the 10-yard line. Yep, it's going to be 1st and goal from the 10. Wildcats looking to put the points on the board here first.
Yeah, he broke a couple of arm tackles there at the line of scrimmage and was able to fall forward and pick up just enough for the first down.
You're going to need more than arm tackles to bring these guys down. These are some strong runners. Clock just now hitting 7 minutes. We are still scoreless out here in Clarksville. The Wildcats are driving, though. 1st and goal from the 10. Pledger takes the snap. Play action. He's going to run around. He throws a man, and he throws it to nothing. There's incomplete pass. Great play by Pledger there. There was nowhere to go, and he had the Shelbyville Central defense in his face immediately.
Yeah, Shelbyville definitely didn't fall for that one after Clarksville had really kind of tried to pound it on the ground this whole drive, and they didn't fall for that one there.
Like I said, I thought Pledger did a good job of just getting rid of that and not losing any yards. Going to bring up second goal, from the 10. Same difference. 6:45. We finally have a clock stoppage. There's only been a few passes tonight, so the clock going by quick. Pledger at quarterback, Galbraith at running back. Takes the snap, hands it to Anderson, I believe, on the wraparound. Oh, there's a face mask, and they missed it, but Anderson's going to find some space. He's around to the left side, and oh my goodness, he was on the left. He took the end around to the right, turned all the way back around. Somebody grabbed his face mask. He said, don't worry about it. I got this. He just kept running, took off 10-yard touchdown right there for Josh Anderson. What a play. That kid's got some speed, doesn't he?
Yeah, we talked about it earlier in the drive. They like to use him and Jamarcus Watkins in the backfield to kind of bring a different aspect to that ground game, and you saw it there. Anderson took the handoff, took it all the way to the right side of the field and cut it all the way back and found the edge down the left sideline for a 10-yard touchdown.
Well, I'm checking for flags, but there ain't one this time. Clarksville does score. Owen Richards is going to set. He puts up the extra point. And it is no good. The extra point is no good. That was actually Caleb Durnan. Caleb Durnan kicking the extra point there. Clarksville's going to take a 6-0 lead, and we're going to take a quick minute when we get right back.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
All right, Clarksville back, and they will kick the ball off, and it's going to be another fumbled kickoff here, but Shelbyville Central comes up with that one a lot easier than the last one. They will take over from the 30. And Calvin, like we said, Anderson showing off some speed on that last play. But again, it's just small things. Clarksville misses the extra point there. It could come back to bite them later on in the game.
Yeah, but they did a really nice job of rebounding, after that flag on Galbraith's return on the blocked field goal to still get some points on the board and take an early lead. Or not, I guess not an early lead. We're halfway through the second quarter.
It's the first lead.
This game's flying by. It's not even 7:45 yet, and we're 6 minutes and 30 seconds away from halftime.
You get these running teams with good defenses. This is what happens. Bobo back in at quarterback here for Shelbyville Central. Of course, Bailey at running back. He's got a tight end to his right, two receivers to his right, and a receiver to his left. He will take the snap, play action. He takes the ball to the right through the hole, and he's going to get about 6 or 7 yards here. Good run there from Bobo. That kid's pretty athletic. I mean, he moves around pretty good back there for a quarterback.
Yeah, it looks like he picked up about, like you said, 6 or 7.
Might even give him 8.
I would take 6 or 7, 8 yards on first down any day of the week.
Yeah, you got to stay ahead of the change, especially against these really good defenses like Clarksville's got. Bobo, Bailey, and the rest of the offense looking over to the right here to their coach. They got the play in. Tight end to the right, tight end to the left, receiver to the right, receiver to the left. Bobo takes a snap, hands it off to Bailey. He will break no tackles. He gets brought down right at the first down marker. I believe it is going to be a first down here for the Golden Eagles, and it will be. Up to about the 41-yard line. Clarksville leading 6-0 here. Of course, Josh Anderson with that 10-yard touchdown rush on the last play of the drive for Clarksville.
Yeah, it looks like Clarksville's getting, hands on the ball a lot of the times when Bailey's breaking some of these runs, but Bailey able to hold on to it, and Clarksville not able to rip one out yet.
Bailey has a very LeGarrette Blunt look to him. Big guy, broad shoulders. He breaks tackles easily. Bobo takes a snap, play action, fires a pass, and it's going to be way short.
That's Josh Anderson out there again.
And you said it earlier. I mean, his coverage has been good all year, and so far tonight it's been really solid tonight as well. Yeah,
he's broken up 2 passes that we've seen so far, and, kind of along with his touchdown run that we just saw, along with, he's definitely the player of the game through a quarter and a half.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 here. Shelbyville Central at their own 41-yard line. Going to line up. Clarksville has 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. They're all kind of shifting with the motion. Bailey takes the snap. There's going to be a penalty for holding. It's coming back. Bailey only gets 2 or 3 here. I don't know if Shelby's going to take the penalty or not.
Yeah, this Clarksville defense just breaks through the offensive line so fast a lot of times. The only choice opponents has is to hold, and that one's going to get backed up 5 yards. Or excuse me, not 5 yards. It's going to get backed up, a good bit, and put Shelbyville in another disadvantage. We saw them on the last drive. A penalty kind of derailed that last drive for them, and that kind of led to that blocked field goal.
You're absolutely right. Coach Shelby did take the penalty. Going to make it 2nd and 20. Shelbyville very backed up.
2nd and 20.
Got a stack of receivers on the right, 1 receiver to the left, a tight end, and Bailey back in the backfield. Bobo takes a snap, play action. Steps back, fires a deep pass down the sideline. There's a guy. Oh, great defense again there, and it looked like that was not Anderson. But Clarksville's defensive backs again with a great play. Going to bring up 3rd and 20. Do we have another penalty here? No, we're just walking around.
That was Anderson. Anderson just broke up his 3rd pass of the night.
It was Anderson, wasn't it? Now, see, here's my problem. I saw number 7 right here, and I thought I got my numbers mixed up.
Yeah, that'll happen when guys have their jersey ruffled and things like that. But Anderson broken up passes on consecutive plays for Clarksville, and looks like Shelbyville's going to take a timeout here.
Well, it doesn't help that I can't see anything. I'm getting older, Calvin, but there is going to be a timeout here for Shelbyville Central. They got 3rd and 20 coming up. Clarksville with a 6-0 lead. We're not going to go anywhere, folks.
Johnson Hyundai timeout. This timeout is sponsored by Wyatt Johnson Hyundai.
Coach Shelby out here talking to his Clarksville Wildcats defense along with the coaching staff. And Shelbyville Central, after that play, the receiver was pointing down their sideline as if he wanted a penalty or something somewhere. But I thought it was a great throw by the quarterback, Bobo. But like you said, Anderson, great defense, able to hunt that one down.
Yeah, he, like I just mentioned, broke up his 3rd pass of the night. And penalties have, it's obvious, I think, that Shelbyville wants to run the ball with Bailey. And, on consecutive drives, they put themselves behind the chains a pretty good bit with penalties. And they're kind of forced to put the ball in the air against this good Clarksville defense.
Well, and I believe we're going to have another play in the air here. Shelbyville Central's got to come up with something. You got 3rd and 20 coming up there at their own 31-yard line. 4 minutes and 52 seconds here, and Clarksville is still up 6-0. Golden Eagles line up in shotgun. Bailey in at running back, Bobo at quarterback. Bailey's going to switch to the right hip. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Bobo takes the snap. Hands off to Bailey. He's got a little bit of space here. He gets through the line, breaks a tackle, hits somebody, and he's brought down by Galbraith. But he's going to get him back across the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up about 4th and 8. I don't know what they're planning to do here. Looks like the offense is staying on the field. No, they're not. I just had to say it, and then they get the punter out there.
Yeah, you got to cover your bases, but anytime you're facing, fourth and long from, on Clarksville side of the field, if you don't pick that up, they're going to take advantage of that. We saw that on the last drive when they started from around midfield.
Yes, and we're running out of time here in the second quarter too. We're down to 4 minutes here. They almost got to that punt as well. Not the best punt for Shelbyville Central. It looks like it goes out of bounds at about the 30. That's exactly where it's going to be. Clarksville's going to take over at their own 30 with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the first half. Wildcats up 6-0. And so far, Calvin, I feel like we've had one of the more evenly matched games that I've had so far on Thursday nights as well.
Yeah, this has been a really good defensive matchup so far, and Clarksville's been really good on special teams. You know, they blocked that field goal, and then they almost got hands on that punt attempt right there. But you know, the Wildcats are going to start their drive on their own 30 with just over 4 minutes left until halftime. Let's see if Clarksville can put some more points on the board here to kind of double up that lead before the half.
Well, I'm interested too. Of course, Clarksville doesn't put the ball in the air too much, but I wonder what the plan of attack will be here. Ellington in the backfield, Pledger at quarterback, man in motion. Pledger takes the snap, hands it off. Anderson again. He's got some space here on the right side. He has found an opening. He is to the 40, to the 50. He breaks back across. He cuts back across in front. Now he's to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. One man to beat. And Anderson will make his way into the end zone. The same exact spot he made into the end zone for the first touchdown.
There was no indication of the touchdown. It looks like they got him out.
I watched him walk into that end zone.
At the 1 yard.
They're going to call him out at the 1.
I thought he was in there too.
Oh, he absolutely was, or the pylon was standing at the wrong spot.
Because it looked like he knocked over the pylon when he dove into the end zone.
That's that's very surprising to me. But Anderson gets a 69-yard gain there. They're going to go back in motion. Galbraith back at running back. Pledger hands it off, and Galbraith will make his way in there. I feel kind of bad for Anderson. He should have had a touchdown. But either way, Galbraith takes it in. A little short 1-yard run there for Galbraith and Clarksville. I was talking about the clock, but they struck quickly on that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I kind of wish Anderson would have gotten the end zone right there just to, reward him for that 69-yard run that, from our view looked like should have been a touchdown. But nonetheless, Clarksville scores on 2 plays in, about 40 seconds and is about to double up their lead with about 3.5 left before halftime.
Well, and they might have scored just quick enough that they get the ball back again. I don't know what Clarksville's trying to do here, but I really thought they were going to try and run out the clock.
The touchdown is good.
It appears
Wildcats
were called for unsportsmanlike conduct, so that's going to be enforced on the kickoff. They will be kicking from basically their own end zone. Caleb Durnan is not back out there for the kick, so the Wildcats will be going for 2. 12-0 now with 3:25 left here in the second quarter. Pledger lining up at quarterback. Jamarcus Watkins to the left. Ellington at running back. Max Cunningham goes in motion. Every time Watkins does that little move to go in motion, it really messes with Shelbyville Central. They're only going to get 1.5 yards here, but it's going to make this 2-point conversion a little bit easier. Clarksville takes a timeout here.
And now we have a Wyatt Johnson timeout. This timeout is sponsored by Wyatt Johnson Hyundai. For new Hyundais, premium used cars.
Folks, you are listening to the Main Street Preps Game of the Week, brought to you all season long by our friends at the Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental of Tennessee. We are in Clarksville at Hilda J. Richardson Field. 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Clarksville leads 12-0. The Wildcats are currently taking a timeout. Coach Shelby's talking to his guys. They're going to line up here and go for 2 to try and extend this lead to 14-0. And if you just missed us, Josh Anderson, I believe, just had a touchdown stolen from him. 69-yard run down to the 1-yard line. He was pushed out of bounds, apparently, at the 1-yard line. And Avari Galbraith will take it in and for the score.
Yeah, we're kind of doing the opposite of the announcer jinx with Anderson. Every time we mention his name, it feels like a play or two later he makes another play.
I'm not going to take any credit for him. That kid's doing everything on his own. He's a talented kid, really quick, and he's made plays all night long, especially at defensive back. But when they hand him the ball too, I mean, he's been a weapon. Shelbyville Central's defense is back out there on the field for the 2-point conversion. Clarksville's offense will make their way out. I do not see quarterback Caden Pledger out there, and no wonder because he's not out there. This is a very weird setup. They have people all over the field. Now they're going to go back to where they were at. Dawson Smith is going to be in at quarterback here, it looks like. Or maybe Galbraith. Galbraith will take the snap, and he's going to get in there. Galbraith does get in. I was afraid he was going to get a penalty for taunting there. He tried to hand the Shelbyville Central defender the ball, but he's going to take it in, 14-0. We're going to take ourselves a quick break. Make sure y'all don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Max Cunningham just kicked the ball. Clarksville kicked the ball off, and it hit the Golden Eagle. The front man, it hit him so hard it deflected off of him and went back behind the kickoff team. They just recovered the ball. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen on kickoff in my life. I think it hit the Shelbyville Central. I didn't see who it was, but I think it hit the Shelbyville Central player square in the face on his face guard. And on his face mask, and the ball flew back behind Clarksville's kicking team. The Wildcats went back to recover it. They did recover it. Clarksville's going to take back over at their own 22-yard line. Did I get that right, Calvin? Is that what just happened?
I think so. And I'm with you. I've never seen that before in my life, and that I guess that's a valuable weapon if you can kick it so hard it deflects off someone's face mask.
When I've seen kickers try that, but to see it deflect, that was 20, 30 yards back behind the kicker. Pledger's going to take the snap. He hands it off to Ellington, and he just bashes through the Shelbyville Central defense. It looks like he's going to pick up close to a first down. Yes, they do give him 10. That's a first down for Ellington.
I'll be interested. We talked about it last drive, and Clarksville scored on 2 plays, but I'll be really interested to see what Clarksville does here with just over 3 minutes left until halftime if they keep it on the ground or go through the air.
Pledger takes the snap, hands off to Ellington again. Ellington has another hole just bashing through people. He's running as if he's mad. He's got another gain of about 8 or 9 here. He's going to be close to a first down again. They're going to give him another first down. You're going to hear the PA announcer. They're going to give it another Clarksville first down. Yeah, there it was. Y'all heard it at home. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Clock running here. Galbraith back at running back. Pledger in at quarterback. Pledger takes the snap. High snap, but he brings it down. Clarksville just lucky to keep the ball there. Galbraith did not get anything. He got back to the line of scrimmage and was immediately stopped.
We'll call it 2nd and 10.5.
2 minutes and 23 seconds, it looks like. Going to have 2nd and about 11 coming up.
Yeah, back-to-back really nice runs from Bryson Ellington to start the drive, and they took him off the field, brought Galbraith in, and Avari Galbraith was just kind of swallowed up there at the line of scrimmage.
I thought Pledger made a nice play just to get the ball down and make sure they could get it back. Galbraith still in at running back. Pledger in at quarterback. Pledger takes the snap, and he should have handed that one off to Galbraith, but he kept it, and he's tackled in the backfield for another loss. This is going to be a loss of 2 or 3. So I think now Coach Shelby and this Wildcats offense may try to run the rest of this clock out down to 1 minute and 35 here.
Josh Anderson just came back on the field for Clarksville. Morgan Padilla comes off. We saw Anderson break a 69-yard run last drive to set up that 1-yard run for Galbraith to get Clarksville's second touchdown on the board. Let's see what the Wildcats do here with a little over about a minute 15 left before halftime.
Well, I'm glad you made that observation. Anderson is back out there. Nope, we're going to get another timeout from Coach Shelby.
And that is a Wyatt
We're not going to go anywhere, folks.
This timeout is sponsored by Wyatt Johnson Hyundai.
3rd and 13, it looks like. Yeah, 3rd and 13 coming up. Timeout at exactly a minute 12. Clarksville leading 14-0. I want to say that might have been Clarksville's last timeout. They may have one left. I'm interested to see, Calvin, what they come up here with this 3rd down and long play. You obviously want to keep the clock running in case you don't get the first down. Clarksville doesn't really put the ball in the air much, but I'm anxious to see what kind of creativity they have for this long play coming up.
Yeah, and if they keep this, on the ground to try and keep that clock running, Shelbyville has 2 timeouts left, so I'll be interested to see if they use one of those timeouts to stop the clock and get the ball back and maybe try to put some points on the board before halftime.
You would think that Shelbyville Central would try something like that. Bobo's already showed off his arm once tonight. He does have an arm that can get it down the field pretty quickly, but time running out here on this first half. The team's making their way back out onto the field. Let's see. Clarksville's going to line up in shotgun. They've got 2 receivers to the left, a tight end to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Galbraith in the backfield. 13. Pledger at quarterback. Pledger takes the snap, steps back, fires. Completed over to the right side near the sideline, but he's only going to get about 5 yards, and the clock will continue to run. It's going to bring up about 4th and 8.
Colby Rotel there on the catch. Looked like Clarksville tried to give it a run at picking up that first down, but not able to. And looks like Shelbyville's calling timeout here, so they will use one to try and get the ball back and do something on offense here before the half.
They should have used that timeout about 10 seconds ago. I thought they waited just a little bit too long here. But you're right, Shelbyville Central, the Golden Eagles do take a timeout. 4th and, well, it's not even 8. It's going to be 4th and 9 coming up. Clarksville at their own 44-yard line. I assume we're going to see a punt here, but you don't need to assume anything. 4th and 9 again coming up for Clarksville. We do have another timeout because the Golden Eagles are trying to stop this clock. They want to get the ball back, see if Bobo can fire one downfield, possibly get into field goal range. Who knows what we've got coming up here?
Yeah, and this Clarksville defense has been really good up front all night long. It seems like, most of the time when Bailey takes a handoff or Bobo has dropped back to pass, there's a Clarksville defender there pretty quickly, even though Bailey's been able to break off some big runs.
The Clarksville offense is going to make their way back out to the field here. Pledger in at quarterback, Galbraith at running back. Hey, if I had to guess, I would say that Pledger's going to pooch punt this thing, but I could be wrong. They're lining up. He will be pooch punting it. He moves back an additional 4 or 5 yards. Clarksville took off running before the snap. Yeah, that's going to be a flag. They're going to push back 5 yards. Yeah, Pledger's kind of upset. I think he wanted to punt that ball right there. Now they're going to actually put the punter out there. He wanted to punt one, didn't he, Calvin?
Yeah, he was trying to, sneak one back in there. Shelbyville did not have a man back to return the ball. Obviously, Clarksville was lined up, looked like they were about to run a play, but that false start's going to set them back 5 yards, and they're going to bring the punt team out.
Clarksville in an interesting lineup here, but Durnan back to punt. Another good punt from Durnan. Thing's going to bounce. Oh, it's going to be picked up. Oh, my goodness. That's a crazy. Ladarius Sparrow almost made a big mistake there, but he was able to grab that one. And he's going to keep possession for the Golden Eagles around the 23-yard line.
And I'll give everybody listening at home one guess who was there on the tackle for Clarksville.
Oh, this is the Edwin Diaz walkout song. That's the only reason I know it. 1st and 10 coming up for Shelbyville Central. Only 39 seconds left on the clock. Bobo in at quarterback again. Bailey at running back. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. At the right hash, Bobo tries to get somebody to jump. To no luck, though. Barking out a few orders to his offensive line. Now he's back. Takes a snap. Play action. He's looking up top of the field. He's on the run now. He's got some pressure. He's got some good feet, too. He's going to get maybe 2 or 3. I think they're going to give him 4 here. He does get out of bounds, though, to stop the clock. 29.7 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it looked like he had a crease there early, but a couple Clarksville defenders were there to kind of chase him from the pocket and chase him out towards the sideline. Dawson Smith was there initially to kind of force Bobo out towards the sideline.
When as fast as he is, Clarksville defense pretty fast too. Bobo back at quarterback, takes a snap, play action again, fires deep down the sideline. Oh my goodness, what a catch. What a catch. Jack Condit for Shelbyville Central just went up and that's what we call a Moss right there. That was his best Randy Moss impersonation.
Yeah, and there was good coverage down the sideline, and Condit was just able to go up and elevate and pull that one down over the Clarksville defender.
Oh, that was great coverage. It was great coverage. He was right on him. But Condit again with a nice catch, and Shelbyville Central takes their final timeout. 22 seconds remaining. Man, that was about a 35-yard pass there. Bobo just fired it up, and Condit just come down with it.
Yeah, and the defender was with him step for step down the sideline, and like I mentioned, Condit was just able to go up and bring that one down to set Shelbyville up at about the 36-yard line.
This is James Brown. They're playing some good music tonight. I'm not going to sing it for you, folks. Shelbyville Central is coming back out onto the field. They're at the 36-yard line. Clarksville's defense is making their way out onto the field. Bobo's still in at quarterback. Bailey a running back. 2 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right.
First down, Shelbyville.
1st and 10, 36-yard line. Another play action. Bobo fires another pass into the corner, and it's intercepted by Clarksville. I believe it is intercepted, and it's going to be a touchback.
It's Josh Anderson again.
Josh Anderson again. I'm glad Calvin saw it. It's not going to be a touchback. I believe they're at their own 3 or 4 yard line. Josh Anderson with another amazing catch. Bobo kind of fired that one up into what I thought was the corner of the end zone. That's the front corner of the end zone, and it didn't make it there. Anderson able to chase that one down.
Yeah, he's if my math's correct, he's broken up 3 passes tonight. He's scored a touchdown, and now he's intercepted a pass.
Yeah, he's. I see him down here. He's talking to some of his friends up in the stands. I think he just said, "Why did they throw it to me?" He's right. I don't know why you would throw it near him at all anymore after the way he's played this game tonight. He has been player of the game so far. I can't imagine Clarksville is going to do anything other than, I don't know if you can even take a knee. You don't have too much space. They may hand it off here.
As long as they can get this out in front of the end zone and avoid a safety, they should take this to the half.
Yeah, they're just going to do a little quarterback sneak there, and this will go to the halftime. We've got less than 5 seconds. Clarksville is going to take a 14-0 lead into the halftime here. And, Calvin, I think I'll be honest, I think the Wildcats are going to take quite a bit of momentum into the break as well.
Yeah, and they've really been able to counter everything that Shelbyville's thrown at them on defense. And, we've said Josh Anderson's name a lot tonight, but that Clarksville defense, mainly up front on the defensive line, has really been able to kind of halt some of those Shelbyville plays at the line of scrimmage for the most part of the night. And Clarksville's offense has really been able to move it on the ground with Galbraith and Ellington and Josh Anderson to control this game so far.
Well, folks, we are going to take ourselves a little halftime break, but before we do that, just going to run you now through the scores real quick. Josh Anderson took an end-around rush for 10 yards for the first score of the game. That was at 6.5 minutes to go into the second quarter. And then Josh Anderson again with a long run, 69-yard run, got him down to the pylon. And, folks, I thought he got in. But either way, Avari Galbraith was able to take in the next play. And Clarksville added a 2-point conversion after that to go up 14-0. That is just a real quick first half rundown. We're going to go to a real quick commercial break. Y'all make sure you don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25-plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
There's a line that links us all. Most of the time, we don't even think about it. But it's everywhere. Illuminating our neighborhoods, empowering our businesses, and helping us to recharge. Whether it comes from our grids, the sun, or a kind heart, we believe in the power of good energy. And as your family and region continue to grow, you can trust that we'll always be there for you. Middle Tennessee Electric, bringing good energy.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
Step into the Lionel retail store at Opry Mills, Nashville, and you'll be captivated by all the magic of the 123-year history of Lionel trains. Whether you're already a train enthusiast or just getting started, Lionel will energize your love for trains. NASCAR fan? Come check out your local Lionel station to learn all there is to know about model trains and die-cast NASCAR collectibles. Visit nashville.lionel.com or call 615-455-9399.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
What are you doing out there?
Come on!
I saw you at the game the other night. Yeah, you. Up there getting mad, acting like we're all out there making $1 million a game. Well, let me be real with you. This isn't the pros. It's school sports, and it's a game, our game. So please, let us play.
School sports fans, remember, when you cheer for your team, make noise for the right reasons. This message presented by the NFHS and the NIAAA.
And all student athletes in Tennessee.
And welcome back to Clarksville at Hilda J. Richardson Field. The Clarksville Wildcats currently lead Shelbyville Central 14-0. We are at halftime. Right now, the Wildcat marching band is making their way out onto the field. Calvin, that first half, the first quarter went really fast. No scoring at all. Both defenses kind of filling each other out. But Josh Anderson got us started in the second quarter, with a 10-yard rushing touchdown. He's been really good today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's broken up 3 passes on the outside, and actually just got a little bit of a correction from one of our friends down on the sidelines. It was Jamarcus Watkins that scored that last touchdown for Clarksville. We mentioned it earlier. Our eyes are getting worse, and those jersey numbers get ruffled sometimes. So we want to give Jamarcus Watkins his credit for scoring that touchdown, but. Josh Anderson has also been excellent tonight as well, breaking up a couple passes and really providing an extra boost for that Clarksville offense.
And, folks, that is my fault. That is Jamarcus Watkins that scored that touchdown. I believe Galbraith got the 2-point conversion. That's on me. Apologize for that. But Watkins able to score an additional touchdown. Anderson got him down there close to the goal line with a 69-yard run. Watkins in from 1 yard out. And then, of course, Galbraith did add the 2-point conversion to give Clarksville a 14-0 lead. They've got a blocked field goal tonight. They've got an interception right there before half. Clarksville, I think, has taken all the momentum into halftime, haven't they?
Yeah, and their defense has really controlled the game. And Shelbyville's kind of shot themselves in the foot on a couple of drives on offense with penalties to put them pretty far behind the sticks. That play that ended up, or that drive, that ended up with Clarksville blocking their field goal attempt, that was an 11-play drive for Shelbyville before penalties kind of stalled it out, and they had to settle for a long field goal attempt that Clarksville blocked. So penalties have really I wouldn't say they're the sole reason that Shelbyville's offense hasn't been able to produce any points, but they've been a big factor in kind of halting drives that Shelbyville had sustained for a couple minutes.
All righty, we're going to give you just a quick rundown of some of the other scores going on around in Tennessee. I'm not going to give you too many scores out there where we're not at, but Antioch over Franklin Road Franklin Road Academy. Antioch up 28-14. I think they scored, you said 28 points in the first quarter of that game, Kevin?
They scored 28 points in the first quarter, and I just saw a little tweet from our Main Street media colleague David Wilson, who's out there covering that game tonight. After his latest update, Antioch is up 34-17 with 7:41 left in the second quarter.
Okay. Thank you for that update. We've also got Marshall County at Montgomery Central tonight. Montgomery Central going up against a pretty tough opponent on that one. Marshall County up 21-0 at halftime. Let's see. We've also got Kenwood up 10-0 over Northeast at halftime is what I've got right here. And I believe that's just about all of our games. Boyd Buchanan over Silverdale Academy, 28-21. That's all the scores I have right now. That game's in the third quarter. I know we have Creekwood at Kirkwood as well. As soon as I can find a score on that, I'll let you folks know. We're going to take ourselves another break real quick. We've still got over 10 minutes here this halftime, but make sure you don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25-plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
What are you doing out there?
Come on!
I saw you at the game the other night. Yeah, you. Up there getting mad, acting like we're all out there making $1 million a game. Well, let me be real with you. This isn't the pros. It's school sports, and it's a game, our game. So please, let us play.
School sports fans, remember, when you cheer for your team, make noise for the right reasons. This message presented by the NFHS and the NIAAA.
And all student athletes in Tennessee.
Step into the Lionel retail store at Opry Mills, Nashville, and you'll be captivated by all the magic of the 123-year history of Lionel trains. Whether you're already a train enthusiast or just getting started, Lionel will energize your love for trains. NASCAR fan? Come check out your local Lionel station to learn all there is to know about model trains and die-cast NASCAR collectibles. Visit nashville.lionel.com or call 615-455-9399.
Being in Tennessee, we wanted to try to keep it as local as possible, so we have an entire section of our menu that is just dedicated to local whiskeys like Uncle Nearest, Jack Daniels, of course, George Dickel, Nelson Brothers, Greenbrier whiskey, and all of our taps are all local. From 2 o'clock until midnight, we've got food every day for you guys. A good handful of appetizers, some entrees, and a couple salads and things like that. My name is Ethan Kanata. Please come down and see us at the Pick Lobby Bar here at the Omni in Nashville.
Welcome back to Clarksville. We're still enjoying the halftime show here by the Wildcat marching band and the cheerleaders. Everybody's out here. Yep, we're going to give them a little round of applause right there after a wonderful performance. Now, Calvin, I thank you for joining me tonight on Thursday night, but where are you planning on being tomorrow night? What game you got?
I will be at East Robertson and Houston County. Montgomery County and Robertson County are both on fall break this week. The main reason most of Clarksville is playing tonight, Robertson County, all of those squads except minus White House is playing tomorrow. White House is on bye tomorrow. They'll play on the Friday of fall break next week against Liberty Creek. But I will be at East Robertson and Houston County to potentially watch the East Robertson Indians move to 8-0.
Yeah, I believe that Houston County is not a bad team, but I think East Robertson's probably got the leg up on that one. Now, me personally, I'll be in Charlotte at Creekwoods Red Hawk Stadium, but I'm not covering Creekwood because they're playing tonight at Kirkwood. Dixon County, of course, they've been renovating their stadium all season long, so they've been having to play their home games out at Charlotte. So Dixon County's hosting Lawrence County. That'll be the game I'm at tomorrow night. And then I don't know if I've got a Saturday game or not yet. I'm just trying to get through every day and then figure out the next one. But it seems like we've had almost a Saturday game just about every week. Let's see. And again, folks, you are listening to the Main Street Preps Game of the Week, brought to you all season long by our friends at the Tennessee Highway Safety Office in Delta Dental of Tennessee. Just about 9 minutes to go here in the halftime. Clarksville leads 14-0. And I believe we have everything. So did Anderson score the first touchdown, or would you say Watkins scored the first touchdown?
Anderson scored the first touchdown.
Okay. And then Watkins was able to score the second touchdown, and Galbraith in for the 2-point conversion to make it 14-0. Now we've got, of course, we've got it's Thursday night football just about everywhere. We've got some professional football tonight as well. The Eagles lead the Giants 17-13 with 2 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the second quarter. Giants do have the ball, and they're pushing down the field. But, again, the Eagles leading 17-13. That game just getting at the 2-minute warning. Hey, I got Jackson Dart on fantasy. I hope that kid hope he puts up quite a few points. But 17-13 break. Now, you were just talking to the coach. What was he able to tell you?
Yeah, I was just getting a little confirmation on who's scoring out here for Clarksville. So Josh Anderson scored our first touchdown of the night to put the Wildcats up 6-0 before they missed the extra point. Jamarcus Watkins was who broke the 69-yard run before Avari Galbraith punched it in from a yard out. But, nonetheless, Anderson's still having a really good night, broke up a couple passes, and it was Jamarcus Watkins who intercepted the Shelbyville pass toward the end of the half.
I apologize, folks. That is 100% on me. I can keep blaming it on these old eyes, but either way, I'm getting the numbers wrong. So going to have to look out for that. The 2 and the 7 on those jerseys are kind of they're close, I would say. But either way, that's not enough. We got to make sure we get Mr. Watkins all the correct credit that he is due. So we're just going to take ourselves just another real quick break. Make sure y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Step into the Lionel retail store at Opry Mills, Nashville, and you'll be captivated by all the magic of the 123-year history of Lionel trains. Whether you're already a train enthusiast or just getting started, Lionel will energize your love for trains. NASCAR fan? Come check out your local Lionel station to learn all there is to know about model trains and die-cast NASCAR collectibles. Visit nashville.lionel.com or call 615-455-9399.
Busy Bee, yeah, Busy Bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
Bee, oh, Busy Bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy Bee, oh, Busy
Already,
Bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together.
Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the TSSAA and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Being in Tennessee, we wanted to try to keep it as local as possible, so we have an entire section of our menu that is just dedicated to local whiskeys like Uncle Nearest, Jack Daniel's, of course, George Dickel, Nelson Brothers, Greenbrier whiskey, and all of our taps are all local. From 2 o'clock until midnight, we've got food every day for you guys. A good handful of appetizers, some entrees, and a couple salads and things like that. My name is Ethan Kanata. Please come down and see us at the Pick Lobby Bar here at the Omni in Nashville.
Hello, welcome back to Clarksville at Hilda J. Richardson Field at Clarksville High School. The Wildcats currently lead Shelbyville Central 14-0. We've only got about 3.5 minutes left of this halftime period. And Calvin, I feel like the Clarksville defense was really solid, really strong, didn't make a whole lot of mistakes, really forced Shelbyville Central behind the chains quite a bit. Shelbyville Central struggling to get a whole lot of anything going, but they do have some weapons on that offense. What would you like to see in this second half out of the Clarksville defense to make sure they can try to keep them off the board?
I would say just keep doing what they're doing. Outside of those drives where Shelbyville had the penalties to put them behind the chains, Clarksville's defense has done a really good job for most of the night at keeping Bailey bottled up, but Bailey was able to break some big runs in the first half. But, Shelbyville, they would break some big plays, it felt like, and then their drives would just kind of stall. And, like I mentioned, when you get behind the chains, they have to put it through the air, and that's not what it looks like they want to do. Bobo's kind of shown off the arm a little bit, but it looks like to me they want to use Bailey as much as they can on the ground. And he's broken some big ones, but for most of the night, Clarksville's been there to stop him close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But Bobo does have a strong arm. Stephen Bobo's got a good arm, and I like the receivers that they have. But I think you're right. I think Shelbyville Central would obviously like to run the ball quite a bit more. And that makes this second half all that more interesting because if Clarksville can continue to and they're going to get the ball first here. They're going to get the ball to start the second half. The Wildcats will. It makes you wonder if they can start to really add to that lead. Shelbyville Central might have to start putting the ball in the air to stay up with it.
Yeah, and, from here on out, they can't have any more. That they have to be perfect, I feel like, just because, Clarksville's really controlled time of possession, I feel like. Outside of Jamarcus Watkins' big 69-yard run that set up Avari Galbraith's 1-yard scoring run, it really feels like that Clarksville's just kind of grinded away on their drives to take a good chunk of time off the clock each time. On their first scoring drive where Jamarcus Watkins scored on a 10-yard run, that was a 10-play drive for Clarksville, and they've been able to really chew the clock down and take the ball out of the Shelbyville offense's hands.
Yeah, and I think we've got a really good chance of seeing a lot more of that here in that second half that you're talking about. It's hard for me to imagine Clarksville not just, turn around and hand the ball off to Galbraith and Ellington and just running the clock down. A lot closer to what that first quarter looked like, but we're under a minute here now in the halftime period left. Now, I've been sitting here and I've been watching Caleb Durnan and the other kicker, number 31, Trenton Del Gioriano, and they're both making them from about 30 yards out. Clarksville's got both kickers ready to go. Wildcats making their way out onto the field. And folks, we are going to take one more quick 1-minute break, and make sure y'all don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
Welcome back. Again, we're out at Clarksville tonight. The Wildcats lead Shelbyville Central 14-0. This halftime period is coming to an end. Clarksville is going to look to take the ball first here in the second half. Now, I know, Calvin, we talked about the Clarksville defense going up against the Shelbyville Central offense, but and we talked about running the ball. Do you think we got a chance to see anybody other than I know running the ball so far has been Galbraith and Ellington kind of mainly, but what are some other guys, and Watkins had a great run as well, who are some other guys that could really come into this game and help them run this clock out?
Well, those are mainly Clarksville's three guys. No matter what the score is most of the time, it's got to be a pretty massive blowout for those guys to come out of the game, just because those are the guys that, head coach Isaac Shelby trusts the most to, go in there and, keep possession of the ball. So, if this game gets, out of hand quickly, which I don't expect it to, we could see some of those younger guys, but for the most part, I'd expect Shelby to stick with Galbraith, Ellington, and Jamarcus Watkins.
I think I kind of agree with you. It feels like, of course, the Clarksville Wildcat offense, the quarterbacks are out here warming up, but I just can't imagine a scenario where the Wildcats end up throwing the ball too much here. You got to think, of course, they run the ball kind of not exclusively, but they run the ball a lot anyway. You got to think that they're going to really kind of bear down on the running game here in this second half.
Yeah, as long as their defense holds up, they've always got a lot of confidence that as long as they can put at least a decent amount of points on the board, their defense can pretty much close out any game. So I would expect this thing, especially on offense, to stay on the ground for Clarksville, especially if they keep this 2-score lead that they have.
We've got Stephen Bobo warming up for Shelbyville Central on the other side over there. He is going to need to get that arm ready. I feel like the Golden Eagles are going to have to throw it quite a bit. There's that train horn, and I love it. They got it on a DeWalt battery, like a drill. I got to figure out how they did that. There's a few of them I've seen out here. Has the train horn? This is the first time I've been to Clarksville's football field, Calvin. Is the train horn? Is that their kind of like official racket maker around here?
I don't believe so. As many times as I've been on the sideline here, I want to say I've heard the train horn before, but it's kind of hard not to hear it. I feel like I would remember it if I did hear it, but
they've had a few of them out here in the crowd. Shelbyville Central lining up for the kick. Jackson Thiem, team captain linebacker, is also the kicker. There's that horn again. Clarksville ready to take the kick. And folks, here from the Hilda J. Richardson Field at Clarksville, the second half is underway, and it's going to be an onside kick. Oh, that's close. I think Shelbyville Central might have that ball. This is close. We're going to need some referees and officials down here to figure out whose ball it is. Ooh. Carter Pledger, who I assume is the younger brother of Caden Pledger, he's down on the field right now. After he was the one that trying to come up with that kickoff return. Shelbyville Central did recover that ball though, or their offense walked out on the field. Yeah, the Shelbyville Central offense is on the field. I think they've got the chains backwards.
Yeah, it looked like Carter Pledger might have taken kind of in the middle of that scrum when they were trying to recover the ball. It looked like he might have taken a helmet to his back.
Yeah, it looks like he was kind of favoring his backside a little bit. Hate that for the young man. We're going to step away for a break real quick. We'll be right back.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Welcome back to Clarksville, folks. They are still attending to the young man on the field right now. I don't want to speculate anything. Don't know how he's doing, but we're going to step away again just real quick. Y'all make sure don't go anywhere. Hopefully we'll get back to we'll figure out what's going on for too long. Be right back.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Welcome back to Clarksville. We got a good moment here. I do believe Carter Pledger was able to get up. Carter Pledger was able to get up off the ground. He's standing on his own power now. I think they're still going to have to help him get off the field a little bit, but he is standing on his own power.
And Clarksville's offense was out there. It looked like they recovered that kickoff.
Clarksville did recover that kickoff. I was actually kind of surprised. I thought Shelbyville Central had the ball, but Clarksville gets the ball. 11:55 to go here in the third quarter, and there may be an equipment issue also with Pledger's injury, because it looks like they're still kind of working on maybe part of his jersey or some of his equipment. He is walking under his own power though, but you can tell he's not 100%. You can hear the cowbells. Everybody here happy to see him able to walk off on his own power. But Clarksville's offense is on the field. The older Pledger, Caden Pledger, in at quarterback, Ellington in at running back. Two guys go in motion. The snap. They're going to hand off to Ellington. He's going to get 3 yards up the middle, and Calvin, I feel like this second half you're going to see a lot of that.
Yeah, he hasn't touched it a lot tonight, but anytime he has, he broke off those consecutive double-digit gains towards the end of the second quarter, and he hasn't touched it much, but anytime he's touched it tonight, it feels like he's either broken off a big gain or he's been able to fall forward for a couple yards for Clarksville.
Yeah, and I just feel like Clarksville, going to try and run that clock a little bit. They get 3 there with Ellington. Oh, they're going to try around the edge. And Jamarcus Watkins breaks a tackle. He's only going to get 3, but it's a lot better than losing the 2 that he had in the backfield there.
Yeah, he did a lot of work right there to, save that play and gain a couple yards for the Wildcats.
It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4. No, 3rd and 3, excuse me. Clarksville at their own 40-yard line. Of course, the Wildcats up 14-0. 10:50 to go here in the third quarter. And Wildcats are moving at a snail's pace. They are trying to run that clock. Going to line up Ellington back at running back again. Pledger takes the snap. He's going to hand it off quick to Watkins again, and he's right at the first down marker, but I don't believe he got it. I think it's going to be about 4th and 1. Decision time coming up here for Coach Shelby.
Yeah, I'd imagine anytime it's 4th and short, Isaac Shelby's going to go for it, just try and keep his offense on the field and keep the ball out of Shelbyville's hands just to avoid, maybe Shelbyville hitting them for a couple quick hitters to get back in the game.
I believe you're right. That's exactly what they're going to do. 4th and 1 coming up for the Wildcats. Ellington makes his way to the sideline. Galbraith back in the backfield. Watkins goes in motion. They tried to get him to jump off again. It didn't work. They're going to line back up. Takes the snap this time. Galbraith. Oh, he's going to be close. This is going to be close. I can't say for sure if he got it or not.
Looks like he might have fallen forward for just enough yardage.
It's going to be close. You got Clarksville pointing forward, Shelbyville Central pointing backwards. They're going to have to, they're going to have to measure this. Whitehead calls a timeout.
Timeout for a measurement.
Well, this is fun. This is only the second measurement we've had all year long. Wade, I hope you're still listening. He's going to be actually kind of he's going to be upset about that. He likes the measurements. I think that's his favorite part. It is going to be close, though, Calvin.
Yeah, just based on where the ball spotted, it looks like Clarksville might have a first down here, but that's what they bring the chains out for.
And that I tell you what, that chain's going to have to be right on the 49-yard line. Because if it's any further back, it's going to be Shelbyville Central ball here. Oh, my goodness. It looks like it's 2 inches short. It will be Shelbyville Central ball. It may not even be 2 inches short, folks. It may be 1.5 inches. It was just the nose of the football was short. But we talked about momentum swings before the end of the first half there. There's a big one for Shelbyville Central right there. Golden Eagles take over at their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, they almost recovered that little pooch kick to start the half, and that would have been, a big swing for them too, but Clarksville able to recover that. But this could be a really good drive to get Shelbyville back in the game if they're able to put 6 on the board here.
Bobo lined up at shotgun. Bailey to his left. 3 receivers to his left. Bailey takes the handoff. Stiff arms a man. Across the line of scrimmage, he's going to get 6 or 7, maybe even 8 yards out to the right side. Strong run there from Bailey. If you go at him, you're going to have to go after his legs because you go up high, he's going to stiff arm you.
Yeah, and when he's not been breaking tackles up the middle, he's been finding ways to get out to the sideline and pick up some extra yardage.
Shelbyville Central back on the ball. Now at the 45-yard line after a gain of 6. Bobo and Bailey in the backfield. 2 receivers to his right, 2 receivers to his left. Bailey moves to his right hip. Bobo takes a snap, hands off to Bailey again. Hit in the backfield, breaks a tackle. He will fall forward for 4 and close to a first down. I do believe it is 1. They have not called it a first down yet. Looks like we're going to have 3rd and short coming up.
Looked like the Clarksville defense got to Bailey pretty early after he took the handoff, but just like he has all night, Bailey been able to kind of shed some of those arm tackles and push forward for some extra yards.
This game is not short on physical contact running backs. Bobo in at running back, Bailey still at, Bobo at quarterback, Bailey at running back, and he's hitting the backfield. He fell forward again. It's going to be close as his first down. I don't I don't think he's got it.
We're looking for the spot.
But it's going to be really close. They do give him the first down.
And they give him the spot. It'll be first down, Eagles.
First down, Golden Eagles. They'll be at Clarksville's 41-yard line. Scoreboard says 40. It's about 40 and a half. All right, one tight end. Bailey to Bobo's left. Bobo in the shotgun again. Two receivers to his left. Tight end goes in motion. We have ourselves a flag for offensive. It looks like false start on the offense. It will be 5 yards back. And we talked about penalties, Calvin. You just can't. You can't be doing that if you're Shelbyville Central. You talked about them being perfect. You can't really afford to have too many issues going backwards.
Yeah, they've had two drives already stalled by penalties, and this one's only 5 yards, but it does set them back to face 1st and 15 now.
Tight end in motion again. Bobo takes the snap, play action to Bailey. That ball, I believe it may have been hit coming out of Bobo's hands. Either way, flies out of bounds. That's going to be an incomplete pass, bringing up 2nd and 15. Shelbyville Central again at Clarksville's 45-yard line. Clarksville still leading 14-0. 7:33 to go here in the third quarter.
And Shelbyville's just had no success moving the ball through the air so far tonight. It feels like every time Bobo drops back to pass, there's a defender there in his face.
Bobo takes the snap, hands it off to Bailey. He breaks a tackle on the backfield. He gets to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more. Bailey's doing everything he can just to get to zero. And you're right, Calvin. Other than this one big pass that Jack Condit caught down here on the bottom sideline, the Eagles haven't been able to move the ball through the air really at all.
Yeah, and it feels like if Clarksville's going to control time of possession on offense, they're going to have to try and put some points on the board through the air or at least move the ball.
Bobo takes a snap, throws a quick screen out to the right. He's going to be tackled immediately. He gets a gain of 2. They whistled it dead. Clarksville tried to act like they took the ball and ran with it. It's going to be 4th and probably 14 coming up. Maybe 4th and 13.
Yeah, that false start penalty set Shelbyville back to 1st and 15. And, after that first incomplete pass, Clarksville's defense was really there on those next 2 plays to get off the field after turning the ball over on downs there close to midfield.
Jackson Tam back to punt.
They got there. They got there again.
Fake. It's a fake. It's not going to work. Jackson Tam, as the punter, took the ball, and he threw it off and got a completed pass, and it didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The receiver, I want to say that was number 20. It was not. But he was tackled before he could even get back to the line of scrimmage. Clarksville takes over again at their own 45-yard line. Excuse me.
Yeah, a big flip for Clarksville. I feel like if they can put a touchdown on the board here, that really puts more pressure on Shelbyville than there already was to try and make some big plays on offense when they get the ball back.
I think you're right. Clarksville is going to line up. Same thing as usual. Pledger and Ellington. Hands it off to Ellington, and it's just going to be another 2 or 3 yards up the middle.
Maybe 3. It'll be 2nd down. Ladies and gentlemen, scores in the National League. The Chicago Cubs lead Milwaukee Brewers 3-0 in the 2nd inning.
The Cubs are up on the Brewers 3-0 in the 2nd inning.
And the Dodgers just won. They walked it off against the Phillies.
The Dodgers walked it off? Well, I do hate the Phillies. I hate the Dodgers, too. I don't even know which one I hate more. Pledger back at quarterback. He's going to take the snap, hands it off to Ellington again, and there's absolutely nowhere to go. Shelbyville Central defense is kind of swarming up that midline veer run, whatever you want to call it. Ellington now 2 carries and 2 yards on this drive.
Yeah, we might be on the same wavelength as the Shelbyville defense. I kind of feel like they're selling out to stop the run at this point just because they know that Clarksville is going to try and bleed this clock out.
This is going to be a lot of ego here in this 3rd and 4th quarter, just seeing, which coach tries something or which one's kind of determined to do what they're doing. Pledger back at quarterback again, Ellington at running back. Pledger takes the snap, no play action. He just looks back, fires a pass, completed. Down here to number 44. Oh, he's breaking tackles. He's trying to run. Max Cunningham with a great catch there. It's going to bring up 4th and maybe 4.
Pledger's pass complete in the flat to Cunningham. Who gets
Cunningham made a nice catch on that one, and he tried to get his shoulders turned around to go get a first down, but he wasn't able to break enough tackles.
Yeah, he made a nice catch on the sideline and, made a move, broke one tackle on the sideline, and like you said, tried to fall forward for a couple of yards, and looks like Clarksville's going to leave the offense out there on the field for 4th and 3.
We're going to try the Jamarcus Watkins cheat again, try to get 5 free yards out of that. Shelbyville Central doesn't fall for it, but Pledger stays in at quarterback, Ellington at running back. And Coach Isaac Shelby will take a timeout.
And just before the play clock.
We're going to cut to a quick 30-second break. Make sure y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25-plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Ain't no man. Welcome back to Clarksville at Hilda J. Richardson Field. Clarksville up 14-0 on Shelbyville Central. Timeout for Coach Isaac Shelby here. I believe we might see another pooch punt coming up here. 4th and 4 here for the Wildcats. What do you think they've got coming up, Calvin?
It'll be interesting to see what they pull out after that last drive when they tried to go for it with Avari Galbraith. Looks like Pledger is stepping back to maybe pooch punt this one.
Yeah, he got his punt this time. It's going to go too far. I think it's going to make it in the end zone. Oh, just barely. That thing's probably 4 yards too far. Pledger almost stopped it perfect inside the 5. But Shelbyville Central will be taking over at the 20-yard line. Again, folks, you are listening to the Main Street Preps Game of the Week, brought to you all season long by our friends at Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental of Tennessee. The Eagles take over at the 20-yard line. Clarksville still leads 14-0. 4:13 left here in the third quarter. And, Calvin, I'm interested to see if Bobo puts the ball in the air here.
Yeah, Shelbyville really hasn't had much offensive success in the second half so far.
Bobo steps. He's going to run to his left. He just throws it up. What a catch. Oh, my goodness. 13, Rieger Edwards made a fantastic catch over his shoulder. It's going to be about a 23-yard gain. He's up here to the 43-yard line. I think that's only the second or third completion of the night for Shelbyville Central, but they get it moving forward.
And that was really good coverage again out there on the sideline by Nate Parada for Clarksville. But, that's another play where the Shelbyville receiver just made a better play to come down with the ball.
Shelbyville Central lined up, Bobo at quarterback, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers to his right. Bailey in the backfield. Bailey gets the handoff. He's going to take a little bit of space. He's going to get 1, maybe 2 here. And, Calvin, you're right. Clarksville's had great coverage on even the completions that they do get out there. But it's hard to defend a perfectly thrown ball, and that's what Bobo had on that last pass. You're going to have 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a few substitutions here for the Eagles going off the field. Bobo again in the backfield. Bailey to his left hip. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Play action. Nope. Bobo keeps it. He's got some speed. He's got some space, and he might be gone. Touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Bobo, he just took the keeper there on the option read and went about 56 yards. Got past the Clarksville defensive backs.
56 yards on the touchdown.
Hey, the Eagles are on the board. That's a great run there from Bobo.
Yeah, that's obviously that's their longest play of the night, and that's the first real momentum they've had on offense. And now I think the pressure kind of flips back to Clarksville to put some more points on the board and stretch this thing back to 2 scores instead of giving Shelbyville the ball back with all the momentum.
Jackson Tam in for the kick, and it's blocked again. Tipped. It still went straight, and it went up, but it's going to fall just a few yards short. The extra point is no good. Your score, 14-6 with 3:05 left in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Welcome back to Clarksville, Hilda J. Richardson Field, where Shelbyville Central is finally on the board. A 56-yard run for Stephen Bobo makes it 14-6, and it's going to be another onside kick. Oh, and he fumbles it. I don't know who's got it. Oh, the referee's saying Clarksville had it, so he jumped right on it. It looked like it went off the fingers of Harrison Smith, and somebody else was able to jump on it and recover it. And the Wildcats will take over at their own 47-yard line, looks like.
Yeah, Clarksville's gotten really fortunate with, those back-to-back kind of pooch kicks from Shelbyville to recover it and get the ball. But, this is the third consecutive drive Clarksville started around midfield, and they haven't been able to do anything with that good starting field position yet.
Yep, Galbraith in at running back.
First down, Wildcats.
Pledger still at quarterback. Kind of a bunch formation here. Hands it off to Galbraith. He finds a hole, breaks through. He kind of broke one tackle, but he's able to get 5 or 6 yards here. Keep Clarksville ahead of the chain.
We'll give him 5 on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 coming up. 2:45 left on the clock here in the third quarter. And I think you're right, Calvin. Clarksville might have just a little bit of pressure here, trying to make sure you can keep the lead from Shelbyville Central. Pledger takes a snap. He's going to hand off to Galbraith again. He breaks a few tackles, and he's going to get close up to a first down, but it's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Back-to-back nice runs from Galbraith to fall forward and pick up as many yards as possible. Clarksville's going to, still facing about 3rd and medium, 3rd and 5 here.
Clock continuing to go down, about 2:05 here. 3rd and I'm going to call it a long one. Pledger still at quarterback. Galbraith still in at running back. Pledger making some calls. Oh, we're going to have a delay of game penalty.
Yeah, it just never looked like Clarksville got comfortable around the line of scrimmage. It didn't look like they could get lined up correctly.
Yeah, Coach Shelby's kind of confused here. I think he's not confused. I think his team is confused. He might be a little upset with what just happened there, but that makes 3rd and 2, or 3rd and long one. Now we got really a 3rd and 7. This is a big play in this game here. Shelbyville Central able to get on the board with the last drive, got a little bit of momentum going their way. Clarksville needs to figure out a way to get some yards here.
Yeah, Clarksville can't spoil another drive that started near midfield.
Oh, he's got a man if he throws it. Yeah, he hits Galbraith right here, down on the bottom of the screen. He's going to take it down to the 15-yard line. Pledger rolled off of the play-action pass and found Galbraith just streaking. Now, there was another receiver, and it may have been Jamarcus Watkins. I don't want to be wrong. It was either Jamarcus Watkins or Josh Anderson. One of them was streaking up the field, took the safety with him. He found Galbraith underneath for a long drive. Clock now under 1 minute. Ball down at the 15-yard line. First and 10. Pledger takes the snap, hands off to Galbraith. He's carrying a few people with him. He's going to get about a gain of 6 here.
Yeah, Galbraith really been the go-to man for Clarksville here on this drive. Those 2 big runs to start the drive, and then, caught that pass from Pledger to pick up the first down and get Clarksville in the red zone.
That play action was very effective for the Wildcats. Pledger in at quarterback again in the shotgun. Galbraith back at running back. Oh. Galbraith is brought down by his hair, it looked like, but I think they're going to get – I believe they're going to get him for a horse collar. Yep, that's what the side judge down here is telling the white hat. And we have an injury for Shelbyville Central as well. It's Ellington Scott on the ground for Shelbyville Central, and that young man is in a lot of pain. While they check with him real quick, we're going to go to a quick break. Make sure y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even hail.
Fortunately for Shelbyville Central and everybody here, Ellington Scott was able to walk off his own power. He looked like he was more perturbed that he had to come off the field than he was hurt. But we've got under 10 seconds to go here. Clock is running. Clarksville lined up. 5, 4, clock going down. Pledger takes a snap, hands off to Galbraith, and he's not going to get much there. There was a first down that was given after the last play. They were given a first down for the penalty. It's going to be about 2nd and goal from about the 4-yard line. We're going to go to a quick commercial break and come back for the start of the 4th quarter. Again, Clarksville leads Shelbyville Central 14-6. The Wildcats are driving deep inside Shelbyville Central territory. Make sure y'all don't go anywhere.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Welcome back to Clarksville's Hilda J. Richardson Field. Clarksville leads Shelbyville Central 14-6 here to start the 4th quarter. And again, you are listening to the Main Street Preps Game of the Week, brought to you all season long by our friends at Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental of Tennessee. Wildcats, about 4 yards to go here for maybe 5 to extend the lead. Pledger in at quarterback. It looks like Josh Anderson in the back, or excuse me,
Goes around the left-hand side. And
I think that was Josh Anderson. I could be wrong again. But the Wildcats, I don't know if you heard it there, the Wildcats do score. They get into the end zone. It was hard for me to see over through the left side of this window here. I apologize, folks, but the Wildcats extend their lead.
Jamarcus Watkins there on the scoring run for Clarksville.
I'm glad you got it that time. I didn't want to be wrong again. Jamarcus Watkins again with the touchdown. Great play there from the Wildcats. Extra point coming up. Number 48, Caleb Durnan for the kick. Snap, set, kick. That's good. Clarksville will take a 21-6 lead here. Watkins with a 5-yard run. We've only, that was only 7 seconds off. We're not going to go anywhere for a break yet. It was only 7 seconds off the clock here. But, and like we talked about, Clarksville's starting to feel a little bit of pressure there. They really needed that touchdown to kind of alleviate some of that pressure.
Yeah, they had they had 2 or 3 drives here in the second half that have started out near midfield, and they weren't able to do anything with them until that drive right there where Jamarcus Watkins was able to find the end zone and push this lead back to 2 scores for Clarksville.
Let's see. Clarksville's going to come out now to kick the ball off. It looks like they've got Max Cunningham again, the team captain. He's pretty good at placing this thing where he wants. He's not gonna get you too many touchbacks, but Shelbyville Central leads the middle of the field wide open on these kickoffs. And every one of these for both teams has been close tonight on these kickoffs. So who knows where this ball is going to end up at? Cunningham's got his hand up, and there goes the ball. He gets a pretty good kick on that one. It still hits the ground. Xavier Jordan comes up with it, and he's going to be tackled at around the 20-yard line. He had nowhere to go. 11:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Clarksville leading 21-6. Shelbyville Central taking the ball, though, and they did score their last time out there with the long 56-yard run from Bobo.
They did. Bobo was able to, pull it down and off the play action and kind of find a crease to score on a long touchdown run. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going and, try to put some more points on the board after Clarksville pushed the lead back to 2 scores.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they attack this. Bobo in it, quarterback again. Bailey with him at running back. 1 tight end, 2 receivers to his right, 1 receiver to his left. Bobo takes his. Oh no, he doesn't take the snap. Is one of those fake calls, and he got Clarksville to jump. Shelbyville Central is going to get 5 free yards on that one.
Clarksville got a little excited there on defense to try and get after the quarterback. Shelbyville's going to move this thing up 5 yards and start on 1st and 5.
What position did you play in football when you played high school, Cal?
I did not play high school
No,
football.
did you not? I'm sorry.
I did not. I played high school basketball.
You played some basketball. I didn't get to play football either. My mama never would let me. Bailey takes the handoff, and he's not going to go anywhere. He's going to lose some yards. The only reason I brought that up is because I always thought it'd be fun to be a defensive lineman, but they'd have got me offsides every time with that too.
Yeah, I imagine. I would imagine that. I would have enjoyed playing defense more than offense, probably. Especially one of those players that gets to go after the quarterback every play.
Yeah. Bobo back at quarterback. 2nd and 7 coming up. Bailey in at running back. Going to hand off to Bailey again, and Clarksville just zeroing in on him. I think Bailey got a yard back out of the 2 that he lost, but it's going to bring up 3rd and 6. And the clock, again, is just it's kind of just running here with Shelbyville Central just running the ball. So this is working for Clarksville. But you feel like the Eagles have got to put the ball in the air at some point.
Yeah, and I feel like if this thing ends up, 4th and short, they're going to have to go for it almost.
They might go for it at 4th and 7 here if nothing works. Bobo takes the snap. There's going to be another screen coming up. He's got it, man. He's caught it over the middle, to the left, to the sideline, down to the 45, and he steps out of bounds around the 48-yard line. That's number 14, Sion Rucker. There is a flag. Is there a flag? I thought I heard a flag. there is a flag on the opposite side of the field, but all the teams have kept walking, so it looks like they're – well, I'm going to wait and see what they tell us what it is. I don't have no clue. They're going to add some yardage here after the play. Yep. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Attack on 15 yards.
Personal foul. That's going to move the ball all the way down to the 38-yard line of Clarksville. Shelbyville Central not going away. 21-6, 10-27 left to go in this game. Bobo in at quarterback again. He takes a snap, but he will keep the ball. He fakes it to Bailey, and he will keep it. He doesn't get very far. Only a 3-yard gain up to the 35 there.
Yeah, Clarksville was, they were there pretty quickly on that one after Bobo beat them for that long touchdown there in the second quarter.
Yeah, you got to thank Coach Shelby and the rest of his defensive staff have kind of zeroed in on that mistake. Not going to let him do that again.
Second down and about 7.
Second down and 7. He hands off to Bailey. Bailey's got a hold. There is holding. Oh, my goodness. It's really bad holding, too. This is going to come back. Bailey got about 5 or 6 yards on that, but Shelbyville Central just shooting themselves in the foot again.
Yeah, it looks like all 3 referees threw their flag on that hold. And, it kind of goes back to what we mentioned earlier. The Clarksville defense is, they're there so quickly to kind of, cause some chaos at the line of scrimmage that I feel like Shelbyville almost has to hold to prevent, Clarksville from blowing up the play most of the time.
Wait, and you'll hear people say that holding happens on every play, but that was a takedown. That should have definitely been a flag. Good call there from the officiating crew. 2nd and 17 now at Clarksville's 45-yard line. Shelbyville Central lining up. Bobo in at quarterback still with Bailey to his left hip. 1 tight end to his right, 2 receivers to his left. Bobo takes a snap, rolls left, fires. He's got a man. Great defense again from Josh Anderson. That was Jamarcus Watkins. I'm starting to figure out these numbers, Calvin. I'm sorry, folks at home. I apologize very sincerely. I really do. I hate that. Jamarcus Watkins, though, with a great play right there, just to stop that with 3rd and 17 coming up.
Yeah, Jamarcus Watkins is, he's had his jersey ruffled for most of the night. We've been getting him and Josh Anderson mixed up, but both have made some really nice plays on the outside to break up some passes.
Yeah, you're right. The entire defense really from Clarksville has been pretty good, other than a 56-yard run from Bobo. Bobo's still at quarterback though. One man goes in motion to the left. I'm not real sure what's happening here.
Looks like we're going to get an official's timeout.
Yeah, but the White Hat's telling everybody to stay where they're at. Oh, they had to reset the play clock. Excuse me. That makes sense. And there we have it. Dixon County did win the volleyball championship tonight against Northwest. I just got a text from Wade. I have no clue what he's saying. Handoff. Nope. Bobo's going to keep it around the left side. Breaks another tackle. He is gone again. Oh, my goodness. 45-yard touchdown run for Bobo. He's got some speed to him. My goodness. Stephen Bobo with an insane run there. Broke a few tackles from the Clarksville defense just to get into the second level, and then outran everybody in the backfield for the 45-yard touchdown on 3rd and 17. Clarksville gives up a touchdown on 3rd and 17. Shelbyville Central will keep it a 1-score game.
3rd and 17, Bobo scores.
Eagles are also going to keep their offense on the field here to try and make this a 7-point game. Bobo lines up. He's got 1 tight end to his left and 4 receivers other than that. Everybody or 1 guy in motion, Flip forward. That is intercepted. And the play is stopped. Max Cunningham. Folks, I'm sorry. I'm not able to explain exactly what just happened there. Bobo was trying to flip the ball forward for the 2-point conversion. Max Cunningham come up with it. And then they stopped the play short. But that keeps it a 2-possession game here. Clarksville will take a 21-12 lead with about 9:10 to go in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, that was really big for Clarksville to stop that 2-point conversion. After even after giving up the touchdown to keep this thing a 2-score game. That's the second time this game that Bobo's kind of burned Clarksville with his legs. And, it kind of looks like once Bobo gets past the initial wave of tacklers, Clarksville's just trying to pull the ball out instead of bringing him down. And Bobo's made him pay both times.
Bobo certainly has he's got the foot speed to make you pay for those mistakes like that. And I don't even know if it's really a mistake. You feel like other than a missed tackle here and there, everybody's kind of where they need to be for Clarksville's defense. Bobo he makes those angles go away. He's got some really good speed to him. Good old Rocket Top. I'm not going to be singing that either. I don't want to aggravate nobody. Shelbyville Central out for the kickoff. Jackson Tim, excuse me. From the 40, it's going to be another short kick. Clarksville comes up with it. That was Morgan Padilla that come up with that ball. Clarksville's going to take over again with great field position at the 42-yard line. Again, Clarksville leads 21-12 over Shelbyville Central. 9:04 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And again, folks, you are listening to the Main Street Preps Game of the Week, brought to you all season long by our friends at Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental of Tennessee. My name is Casey Patrick. I'm here with Calvin White. We've only got 9 minutes left in this game, but it's been a close one. It's been a good one. But Shelbyville Central not going away. It is a 2-score game here. Pledger in at quarterback. Looks like Ellington back at running back. And they will give it to Ellington. He had a hole for just a moment. But number 5, Ellington Scott, the young man that was injured a few plays ago for Shelbyville Central, makes a great play there to bring Ellington down.
Yeah, it looked like Ellington really had, an easy path to the end zone if he was able to break that tackle attempt from Ellington Scott, but it kind of got wrapped up at the ankles to bring him down after just a short gain.
Oh, yeah, the big fella saw the hole and a lot of green grass in front of him. Galbraith's back in at running back now. Ellington back to the sideline. Snap. Hands it off to Galbraith. Going to get about 4 here. It's going to bring up 3rd and maybe 6.
Spotting right on the 45. So we'll call that 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7, excuse me. Interesting time here coming up in the game. Excuse me again. Interesting time coming up here. Pledger and Galbraith in the backfield. One receiver split out left. They're going to do the wrap. And it's going to get them nothing. I believe that was Anderson. Well, see, when I think it's Anderson, it might be Watkins, though. So I don't know which one. That was Watkins. I was wrong. Watkins there, but he's not able to get anything. It's going to bring up 4th and 6 here.
Yeah, I feel like, Clarksville's going to have to try and put the ball through the air a little bit just to try and pick up some of these first downs. I feel like Shelbyville's just kind of selling out for the run in hopes of stopping, Ellington and Galbraith and Watkins on the ground.
Well, Caleb Durnan will come out for the punt.
Durnan in punt formation.
He's got Galbraith back there with him, beside him. Ooh! Oh my goodness! What a play by Durnan just to get the punt away. It's going to go down. It's going to take a Clarksville roll just a little bit, maybe down at the 21-yard line. Got another injured player. We will step away for just a second because that injured player, and we will be right back.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
If you want the latest in weather conditions, be sure to tune in to our Busy Bee Plumbing weather report each weekday on Mornings on Main Street. Brought to you, of course, by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. We will keep you updated on the latest conditions outside, like severe weather, heat, snow, rain, and even details.
Welcome back. We are at Clarksville's Hilda J. Richardson Field. The Wildcats lead 21-12 with 6:53 left to go in the game. Shelbyville Central did just take possession of the ball after a punt. Stopped around at the 21-yard line. Eagles take the field. Stephen Bobo back in at quarterback. He's been there all night. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns. Bailey at his left hip. Bobo takes a snap, play action, fires a pass. It's completed and fumbled. And I believe it was recovered right back by the Golden Eagles.
It really could have been a big break for Clarksville to get the ball back in their own in Shelbyville territory, but Shelbyville was able to jump on that one immediately.
Yeah, I think Shelbyville was actually really, really lucky that ball just kind of sat there where it was at and didn't get away from them, because that would have been a real backbreaker. 6:30 left to go in the game. 21-12. Bobo takes a snap, hands off to Bailey, and he doesn't have much space at all. He's going to get a yard or 2 out of it, and that was all out of willpower. But the Clarksville defense has been tough, to say the least, against this Shelbyville Central run game.
Yeah, and with this being still a 2-score lead for Clarksville, and a little over 6 minutes left, Shelbyville's going to have to put the ball through the air at some point.
I agree with you. I think we might have a pass coming up here. Bobo takes a snap, play action, fires another pass, caught. We got a flag. I don't know what for. Jack Condit there with a nice catch over the middle. He's going to be down at about the 47-yard line, but there is a flag.
Looked like Josh Anderson might have gotten a hold of his face mask a little bit after that catch.
Oh. Yeah, we're going to trust Calvin's eyes over mine. Offensive pass interference. Offensive pass interference.
We've talked about penalties all night with Shelbyville, and if this, they had a penalty on Bobo's last scoring drive, but, that's really been the only drive all night where they've been able to overcome penalties, and, this one's going to come all the way back for Shelbyville.
My goodness, what a turn of events! We were talking about backbreakers for that turnover. That right there is almost as bad as a turnover. You got 2nd 25 coming up now. The Eagles do still have the ball.
27. The Philadelphia Eagles 17.
The New York Football Giants lead Philadelphia 27-17. Bobo takes a snap. He's not even going to do play action. He will fire it down the field here. Oh, and it's out of bounds. The stands here were asking Anderson to get his head turned. He couldn't have called that even if he looked at it, because that thing was thrown so far out of bounds.
That was really good coverage again from Anderson on the sideline, just to, basically take that receiver out of the play. And, that ball ended up landing on the sideline, but another really good job from Anderson, coverage out there on the outside.
We got 3rd and 25 coming up here. I believe they're going to have to keep the ball in the air. Play action again for Bobo. Fires it to the left. Yeah, he's going to get a flag. I was afraid they were going to do that. Jamarcus Watkins is going to get flagged for pass interference, but he was there. It wasn't very early, but it was early enough. It's not going to be an automatic first down. It's going to make it about 3rd and 10. They are going to get 15 yards.
Pass interference called against the Wildcats. That's 15 coming against us. And it'll put us back in 3rd and 10.
After 3 quarters of great defense and running game, we've had a few throws here now in the 4th quarter. We've had 2 pass interferences on each side. We got 3rd and 10 coming up. Big play here. Bobo takes a snap. Play action to Bailey again. He's got a man open on the sideline. Rieger Edwards makes a catch. He also breaks a tackle. He's going to get across the 50, across the 40. Oh, Lord. There was a young man that a little bit of extracurricular nonsense going on over there, but I don't think anybody did anything on purpose. It's going to be a first down into Clarksville's side of the field now at the 38-yard line. And, again, the Eagles, to their credit, not going away. 1st and 10 coming up with about 5:35 to go in the game. Bobo, snap, fires. Going to get another flag here, yeah. Yeah, Jamarcus Watkins is going to get flagged again for pass interference. He doesn't like the call, but you got to get your head turned around on those. Shelbyville Central going to get another free 15 here.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, Watkins basically just took that receiver out of the play and gave him no chance to make a play on that ball.
Holding.
They're going to call.
On the offense.
They're going to call offsetting penalties after holding on the offense and the pass interference on the defense. So, off or not, 5:29 to go on the clock. Just act like that didn't happen. 1st and 10. Ball still at the 40-yard or 39, 39 or 38-yard line.
Yeah, and I feel like Shelbyville has to score, fairly quickly here just to, give themselves enough time to play some defense and hopefully get the ball back.
There's just not a lot of time left in this game. 5:29 or 5:23, depending on how bad my eyes are. 21-12. Wildcats still lead. Bobo lined up at shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Bailey at his right hip, takes a snap, play action. Fires to the right. Caught. Number 8, Chandler Jones on a screen, a slant. He's close to the first down marker. But they're going to give him a first down. 10 yards right there.
First down, Eagles.
Eagles going fast. Bobo back in at shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. 1 goes in motion to the left. Play action again. Bobo fires. It's just out of reach of the receiver. It's going to be an incomplete pass. 2nd 10 coming up. 5:05 left on the clock.
Yeah, that's really the first pass all night where it feels like Bobo hasn't put the ball in the right spot for his receiver to make a play, and kind of gives Clarksville an advantage here. Shelbyville facing 2nd and 10 from about the 25.
Bobo still in it. Quarterback Bailey on his left hip. 2 to his right, 2 to his left. Takes a snap. They are going to hand it off. Bailey has nowhere to go, and he makes something. Breaks 3 tackles. Stays in bounds for just a second. He's going to get an extra yard or 2 down here. He had absolutely nothing, and he got 5 yards out of that play. Bailey's been very impressive for their offense tonight.
Yeah, he was hit, by 2 or 3 defenders around the line of scrimmage and was able to break all of those tackles for a 4 or 5 yard gain.
A man in motion to the right. Bobo takes a snap, play action, fires another slant. Oh, is that caught? You're going to get a penalty. The ball was dropped after great defense, and Wyatt Wooten came in. It wasn't late, but he hit him kind of defenseless.
Personal foul against the Wildcats.
Yeah, you hate that call, but that is gonna give a first down to Shelbyville Central here. They're at about, let's see, I want to say maybe the 10-yard or the 11-yard line. 1st and 10, hand off to Bailey. He's got a hold to the left. He is gonna march into the end zone. I'm trying to see if there's any flags. I don't see any flags. There are no flags. Shelbyville Central responds here. Bailey with an 11-yard touchdown run. 4:45 to go on the clock. The touchdown makes it 21-18. I really feel like Shelbyville Central should kick this ball.
Touchdown, Bailey.
Okay, it took them a minute to figure out what was happening. Yeah, they're going to kick the extra point. Jackson Tim kicks it. Is it good? It is good. 21-19, Clarksville leads, but Shelbyville Central not going away. 4:45 to go in the game. We're going to take ourselves the last, probably, I don't want to say for sure, but probably the last break of the night. Y'all stick with us. We'll be right back.
When the arena lights dim for a concert, or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person that will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's the person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to get you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Welcome back to Clarksville's Hilda J. Richardson Field. Clarksville leads 21-19, but Shelbyville Central has cut into that lead. It's just 2 points now, 4:45 to go in the game. Oh, we got another onside kick. Oh, it's close. And it looks like Clarksville, they do. Number 9, Harrison Smith, comes up with it off of another player. Smith was able to grab it. He was absolutely walloped as he got it, and he still come down with it.
Yeah, Clarksville special teams unit has really made some big plays to recover some of these pooch kicks to, not turn the ball back over to Shelbyville. Now Clarksville's just got to, sustain a little bit of a drive, to chew some of this clock and hopefully for them not give the ball back.
As good as Clarksville's defense and offense is, the special teams, I think, is the reason why they're winning. But Pledger is back out at quarterback, Ellington at running back. One receiver to his left, one receiver to his right. He's got 2 tight ends. They will hand it off to Ellington. Not a whole lot of space, but he makes some. He's going to get 2 or 3. I thought he had a little bit of open space there for a second. Not able to make much happen.
Yeah, he was just kind of dragging guys at the line of scrimmage and pushed forward for about a gain of a yard or 2 before he was eventually brought down.
Now, of course, Clarksville's going to try to go probably about as slow as they possibly can. 20 seconds on the play clock. Down to 4:10 on the game clock. 2nd and 9 coming up. Pledger still at quarterback, Ellington at running back. 2 up men, I'm going to call them tight ends, and 2 receivers, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Pledger takes the snap, hands it off. Nowhere to go. It's going to be maybe 1 yard there. That was Jamarcus Watkins, gets 1 yard. Galbraith's going to make his way back out to the field here on 3rd and 8. This is a big play in this game coming up here, Calvin.
Yeah, it looked like Watkins initially had some room around the sideline, but Shelbyville was just, they had 4 or 5 defenders there to bring Watkins down around the line of scrimmage. Clarksville's now on 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, 3:30 coming up in the game, 21-19. This is a huge play in this game. Pledger, quarterback, takes a snap. He looks to pass. He's got a man. It's incomplete. Off the fingers of the receiver. 4th and 8 coming up. You got to imagine. Oh, we've got a flag. I don't know what this is about. Oh, this is going to be on Shelbyville Central for some kind of nonsense after the play. Sorry, folks. I hate to be so quiet. I'm trying to figure out what's going on out here. It is going to be on Shelbyville Central.
Looks like the defensive back is, he got a little bit of a taunting penalty for kind of showing off after Jamarcus Watkins wasn't able to bring that ball in. Clarksville's going to move this thing up 15 yards. And, if Clarksville's able to even, take off a little bit more of this clock and maybe even score, that's going to be a backbreaker for Shelbyville.
Well, and that's crazy, too, because the pass was just a bad pass. The defense didn't stop the completion. Pledger's going to take it, hands it off. Going to be a gain of 0. That's Galbraith for PA said a yard, but I don't think he got it.
And, that's just one of those plays at this point in the game, you can't do that. You're down 2 points trying to get the ball back with, under 3 minutes left in the game now. And it's a total game changer. It gives Clarksville a free 15 yards. And, now they're inside their own 40 on second down with going to be about 2.5 minutes left by the time they have to snap this ball.
Yeah, the clock alone is the reason why you cannot have that play, but penalties are going to be the reason why Shelbyville Central loses this game. Pledger takes a snap, hands off to Garbreth. He finds some space and scoots up the field a little bit. He was cutting some grass low to the ground on that one, but he's going to come up close. About a 6-yard gain here, maybe. Going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, if Clarksville's able to – Shelbyville does still have all their timeouts, but if Clarksville's able to pick up this first down here, I feel like that's going to go a long way in locking up this win for the Wildcats.
We do have 3rd and 4 coming up. Pledger in at quarterback again. Garber still at running back. Watkins goes in motion, but it's just a little fake motion to see if Shelbyville will jump. They don't. Pledger takes a snap, hands it off to Garber. He's close to the first down. I think he's going to be a yard short. Question here, what do you do if you're Isaac Shelby? Timeout for Shelbyville Central, which is the right call. They're going to stop the clock with 1:47 to go in the game. Coach Shelby here for Clarksville has a huge decision coming up. 4th and 1, 4th and a long one coming up. What do you think is coming, Calvin?
I feel like you have to go for this if you're Clarksville, especially considering the field position. They're on, Shelbyville's 29-yard line, even if they don't pick it up like they did earlier in the second half when they didn't pick it up on, 4th and short. Even with field position, if they don't pick this up, Shelbyville is going to have to go 70 yards almost to put one in the end zone. But, down 2 points, all they would have to do is get in field goal range for a potential game-winning field goal.
And down here where Clarksville's got the ball, you're looking at if they were to try and kick a field goal, it'd be a really long one for high school. It'd be about a 46-yard field goal. So I think you're right. I think you kind of have to go for it. And me personally, I'm not a football coach, but I'm kind of interested to see what Coach Shelby does here. But do you line up? Do you try something goofy? Do you try something creative, or do you just line up and tell your guys to go get us 1.5 yards? I'm really interested to see what happens here.
Clarksville's done it all night. I think Isaac Shelby just trusts his guys to go out there and pick up 1 yard, and especially after Shelbyville already used one of their timeouts. They pick up this first down. That's going to be big for Clarksville.
I agree with you, and it looks like that might be coming up. Pledger takes a snap, hands it off to Garbreth, and he has it. He's through the hole. He's gone. Touchdown, Clarksville puts it away. 29-yard scamper for Aubrey Galbraith. Oh, my goodness, what a play. He just had to break one tackle. The entire Shelbyville Central defense was down there by the line of scrimmage, and they made them pay. Wildcats living dangerously tonight, but they may have put the game away with that one. Still an 8-point game, extra point here for Durnan. If he makes this, you can make it a 2-possession game again. Durnan's kick is up, and it is good. Clarksville extends the lead to 28-19, all but over. We have 1:33 to go in the game. Galbraith with just an excellent run right there.
Yeah, and you could chalk that drive up to, Avari Galbraith running hard, and like we mentioned when it happened, a Shelbyville penalty, shooting the Golden Eagles in the foot. They've shot themselves in the foot all night with penalties, and for the most part, Clarksville's taking advantage. And we mentioned it before when it happened, and when Clarksville moved up 15 yards, that's going to be a backbreaker for Shelbyville. And unless something miraculous happens, Clarksville's going to walk out of here with a win.
When folks, you hear these coaches in press conferences, whether it's professional or high school or college, anywhere, they talk about doing the little things right. And I tell you what, tonight, folks, Clarksville has done the little things right. They don't have as many penalties. Their special teams has been on point. Shelbyville Central's done a lot right, but they've done a lot wrong. The little stuff has really killed them. Like you said, shooting themselves in the foot. The penalties are bad. That last penalty was really that was a heartbreaker for the Golden Eagles. But either way, Max Cunningham is up to kick off again for the Wildcats. Again, 1:33 to go. Wildcats lead by 9, up 28-19. And Cunningham puts a good leg into this one. It's going to fall on the ground again, but Shelbyville Central comes up with it. And he's got a hole. And eventually brought down around the 36-yard line. That's Sion Rucker again for Shelbyville Central.
Kick return to the 36-yard line, call it the 35-yard line, where the Eagles will put it in play.
Again, folks, fourth quarter here, 1:23 to go in the game, 28-19. This one's all over but the shouting.
Yeah, and all Clarksville's got to do here is not give up any quick scores, and they should be able to walk out of here with a win.
It should be all but over. Now, Bobo has been electric on his feet tonight, so if that kid breaks into open space again, who knows? Bobo in a shotgun, Bailey to his left, 2 receivers to his left, 2 receivers to his right. 35-yard line, 1:23 to go. Bobo takes a snap, play action, fires over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted. That one is Josh Anderson. That's number 2. And they're going to get a flag for after the play, but I don't know if they care anymore. There is an injury.
Josh Anderson with the interception. Flags after the play.
We have an injury after the play, but Josh Anderson with a fantastic jump up in the air there. He brought that one down. Yeah, they're gonna get a penalty here for excessive celebration after the play. Clarksville will take possession, though. You would think that a few knees and we get out of here, but who knows?
Yeah, Clarksville should just be able to, run a couple plays and might have to just pick up one first down to end this one, especially with Shelbyville only having 2 timeouts left.
When I was thinking about going away for a break, but they've got the young man, number 13, Rager Edwards, up off the ground. He's walking gingerly, but he is walking off under his own power. They're announcing the penalties. Are they going to give them both unsportsmanlike penalties here?
So there are 2 penalties against Clarksville, both of them unsportsmanlike conduct. So the first one is 15 yards. The second one is half the distance to the goal.
Well, here's the thing, kids. You're allowed to celebrate. It's good to show emotion, but don't show up your opponents. You just can't spin the ball in front of them. And there are a few things. There are certain rules that you have to follow, but sometimes you kind of wish that the kids could have a little bit more fun. But either way, minute 21 to go in the game. 28-19 your score. Clarksville leads Shelbyville Central. And the Wildcats are going to be taking over at their own 9-yard line. Now, if Shelbyville Central doesn't take a timeout, it may not take too much longer to get out of here. But Shelbyville Central does have 2 timeouts. So if they start using them, it's going to force Clarksville to have to get at least 1 first down.
Yeah, and that should be doable with the way Clarksville's run the ball in the second half, especially with Avari Goldberth. We saw it on the last drive. He was able to, get 4 or 5 yards of carry before he eventually broke that 29-yard run for a score to what looks right now to be the game winner, or to at least put the game away.
Pledger back in at quarterback. He's got Ellington behind him. The 2 up men are kind of tight ends. Up backs, whatever you want to call them in this offense. 1 receiver to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Pledger takes a snap. He will hand it off to Ellington. He makes a hole, bashes through 3 or 4 Shelbyville defenders up to the 16. And it appears as though Shelbyville will not be taking their timeout. Well, you got to think the Wildcats are probably going to run this clock down as much as they can here. And then if they don't get a first down, Shelbyville might take a timeout. But I think the Eagles may be waving the white flag here. .40 seconds to go on the clock. Pledger under center. He takes a knee. The clock continues to run. Shelbyville Central will not take a timeout. That is going to be the last snap of the game, as long as nobody feels the need to do it again. Timeout, white. Shelbyville Central takes a timeout for whatever reason. They waited 20 seconds after the knee to take a timeout to reserve time on the clock. If you're going to take a knee, if you're going to take a timeout, that's fine. Nothing wrong with taking a timeout, but take it like you're actually trying to win.
Yeah, they let about 30 seconds go off the clock before using a timeout, and Clarksville's on 3rd and 3 from their own 17. If they just pick up this first down, that'll be enough to take another knee and end this game.
Now, Calvin, when you go down there later, if you figure out, ask Coach Shelby how he feels about that last timeout. Maybe not. I'm not going to put you in a weird spot. That would aggravate me if I was a coach. Man, let's just get out of here. Nobody's seriously injured. That's the only thing. That's the only real thing that could happen in the last 20 seconds is some kind of stupid injury. Pledger lines up at quarterback. He's got Ellington in the backfield again. He's going to hand off to Ellington. He's going to bash his way for a first down. And I believe that will be the last play of the game.
Carries it up the middle.
Yep. Oh, no. Shelbyville Central called their final timeout. Or not. The clock is running. It is running. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We put the final cap on what ended up being a pretty fun game to watch, Calvin. Clarksville defeats Shelbyville Central 28-19. We started out with the touchdown from Anderson, and then we had a touchdown from Watkins. Bobo then had a long touchdown for Shelbyville Central at 14-6. That was your halftime, that was in the third quarter. And then Watkins with a 5-yard touchdown run to give Clarksville a 21-6 lead. Bobo again on a long touchdown to make it 21-12. Bailey on an 11-yard touchdown, make it 21-19. And then Galbraith. Like you said, it wasn't necessarily the game winner, but it put the game away. Galbraith with that 29-yard run there at the end. I felt like great defense at moments from Clarksville. Good enough offense. But overall, well-coached team that didn't make mistakes.
Yeah, Clarksville made just enough plays to win this one despite all of Shelbyville's penalties. Clarksville special teams unit did a really nice job tonight of fielding all those pooch kicks from Shelbyville. Wildcats dominated on the ground, and outside of those 2 runs from Steve and Bobo, Shelbyville didn't really break off that many big plays against the Wildcat defense.
You're absolutely right. And, folks, like I said, 28-19, excellent game here tonight. A lot of fun to watch. It felt great. It's not too cold outside yet, so if y'all want to go watch some football, make sure you get out there. Clarksville down here going on to the sideline. Again, my name's Casey Patrick. This is Calvin White. And, Calvin, thank you for hanging out with me tonight and let me use your brain out here to figure out what was going on.
Thank you for making the trip up to Clarksville, and shout out to Wade for going on vacation during the football season and leaving a spot open for me.
That's right. Again, you were listening to the Main Street Preps Game of the Week, brought to you all season long by our friends at Tennessee Highway Safety Office and Delta Dental of Tennessee. My name is Casey Patrick. His name is Calvin White. And, folks, y'all have a wonderful evening. I believe that's it. You should be good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Awesome. Never meant to cause you any pain.
You've already lined that up? Yep. Okay, thank you. He blew our speakers and we had to get bigger, heavier. What we've got are brand new from after day one. We had brand new ones game one and we blew them.